Isabela National High School, Senior High School Champ Campus Radio. So always remember, so even in these trying times brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Department of Education is here to deliver quality and accessible education for all of you. So this is your teacher broadcaster for today, Teacher Beth, who says, a good system shortens the road to the goal. Ayan, good morning, Fritzy, good morning, Mary Jane, gising na kayo? Ayan, so how are you today, grade 11?
Amazing!
So I hope you're all doing great kahit na malamig ang panahon at masarap matulog. Okay, so please send your emoji that represents your feeling right now on the chat box. Ayan, so may na. So good morning, Kinilin. Charleston. Oh, gising na, Angelo Castro. May RBI na. Happy birthday. Okay, so good morning, James. So, yan. So, nagsasend na nila ng kanilang emoji. Ang kanilang mga feelings ay parang inaantok pa. Okay, blessed daw, sabi ni Melan. Okay. So, class, just like you take good care of your physical body, you also have to take care of your mental health. Okay, always remember that your teachers are always here whenever you needed us. Yan. Good morning, Charleston. Okay, so welcome to the world of organization and management. To see if who are with me at this moment, so please send a photo of you while holding your module and while listening to your radio. So, ready na ba kayo? Are you ready to learn grade 11? Okay, so if you have your pen, your notebook, and learning activity sheets with you, okay, please send thumbs up on a comment box. So, I am glad that you are ready to learn. Okay, so before we continue, short break muna tayo. So, good morning, Cyrene.
De Luna,
Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera,
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas!
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Okay, so we are back. Ayan, so 460 pa lang ating viewers, Sir Nick. So, hindi pa sila gising. Okay, gising na grade 11 ABM. Gisingin nyo na ang inyong mga classmates. It's another topic ang ating discussions for today. Alright, so Eunice, Rika, Kinilin, Sheila, and Charleston. Okay, nagsend na kanilang emoji. AZ and Raymart. Ayan, gisingin nyo na sila. Okay, Johnskin, Garo. Okay, so stay tuned pa rin ha. Okay, so in your previous module, you have learned about the importance and functions of compensation, wages, performance evaluation, appraisal, and reward system. So I think you are prepared now for your job interview. So gagawin natin yan later on. And you have already submitted your application letter and resume sa ating Google Classroom. Tama ba ako, grade 11? Okay, so if you have submitted, write a comment done and thumbs up if you have submitted already your activity. Sino na ba ang mga nakapag-submit and ready na for our activity later on sa Google Classroom? Ayan, si Johnson James Angeliano is watching. Okay, nakapag-submit na daw si Charleston. Even si Aliyah. Even si Jasmine, si Cristel, si Princess, Peterson, and Draymark. So, nakapag-submit na sila ng kanilang activities and ready for now the job interview. Ayan, pati si Azay. Even si Jam Tamayo. Alright. Si Miss Leona. Okay, so at saka si Jessa and si Westlet. So, that's right. So, I am so happy that you've already prepared your activity. So, let's check your prior knowledge on our next topic. So, all you have to do is to give the components of compensation. Okay. So, just write your answers on the comment box, or you can send it to me on my cell phone number 0926 908 6893. Again, give the components of compensation. Send your answers on our chat box or on my cell phone number 0926 908 6893. We will check your answer after this short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Okay, may sagot na si JR Vizcara. Okay, recognize natin ang kanyang sagot. Sabi niya, ang components daw ng compensation are salary and wages, bonuses, long-term incentives, health insurance, life and or disability insurance, retirement plan, and time off. Very good. Ayan, nag-share din si Aliyah Lexi. Sabi niya, compensation, salary and wages in a compensation package, this typically make up the single largest component. Wow, very good. Yan, sabi naman ni Geraldine, consists of wages, salary, incentive, fringe benefits, real wages, non-monetary benefits, rewards, and nominal wages. Ayan. So, naaalala pa nila ang kanilang discussion last week. Very good, grade 11. So, even si Mary Jane, same sila ng sagot ni Tulatre. Even si Raymark. Sabi ni Princess Espiritu, guaranteed pay, salary and allowances, variable pay, benefits, and equity compensation. Ayan. So, did Ray Ventura also share her comments? Even si AZ. Ayan. Good morning, Jocelyn. Ayan. So, kasama din dyan ang incentives. Even si Jasmine Rubio Domingo. Salary and wages, health insurance, bonuses, Ang sabi naman ni Benedict, pension. Okay, very good. So those are the components of compensation. So still, they are sending their answers. Even si Cyrene. Tsaka si Mark Aguinaldo. Ang sabi ni Jam, ayan, parang halos pare-pareha sila ng sagot. Okay. So, the components of compensations are salaries, wages, fringe benefits, incentives, real wages, and non-monetary benefits. So, kasama na dyan ang mga health insurance, ang mga pension, ayan. So, kasama na dyan ang bonuses. Ayan. So, it is good that you have a prior knowledge on our topic for this morning. So, are you ready to learn? Grade 11? Okay, so I can feel that we will have an exciting discussion today. So, staffing helps to recruit the best possible human resources for the different job roles in the organization. It focuses on recruitment, training, and development of human resources in organization. Okay. This helps to contribute to improve productivity in the organization. Okay. So, this topic is the continuation of the last week discussion. As we discussed, Philippines has daily minimum wage of 537 pesos a day for this year. But here in Region 2, according to National Wages and Productivity Commission, it is 340 to 370 pesos. Okay, the purpose of the wage and salary are attracting talented resources, retaining and motivating employees, financial management, and legal requirements. Okay, so compensation is a vital part of human resource management, which helps in encouraging the employees and improving organizational effectiveness. It plans a significant role for the organization that aim to accomplish their objectives and goals. So, compensation package with good pay and advantages can help attract and retain the best employees. Alright. So, now, give examples of direct compensation and indirect compensation. I want you to send your answer on our chat box or on my cell phone number 0926 9086 893. Again, give examples of direct compensation and indirect compensation. We will check your answer after this short break.
Deluna,
Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera.
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa Government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan. Handang isip, handa bukas. Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Okay, we're back. Oh, grade 11, gising-gising na. It's already 8:24. Okay, gising na kayo. Okay, so shout out muna tayo guys bago tayo mag-check ng kanilang mga answers. Okay, si April Batad, si Janet Cabasal, Angela Rosete, Mary Jane Melad, and Marie Claire Maglelong. Okay, so actually marami na silang nag-submit ng kanilang answers. Okay, basahin natin. Okay, sabi ni Marie Claire, direct financial compensation includes direct payment of money to employees, such as salaries, wages, commission, and bonuses. So, indirect financial compensation is non-cash benefits, such as medical insurance, retirement, and employee services. Wow, very good. Nag-share naman si April Batad, sabi niya, ang direct compensation includes money paid to employees as cash, such as hourly wages, salaries, bonuses, and commission. Yan. Ang sabi naman ni Ms. Melad, indirect compensations includes pension funds, cell phones, company cars, health insurance, life insurance, overtime pay, annual leave, and childcare. Sabi naman ni Aliyah, direct compensation includes tips and commissions.
Amazing!
Okay, also si JR Vizcara nag-share ng kanyang answer, even si April Batad at saka si Leona Adaya. Okay, Kian Cruz. Ang sabi ni Benedict, ang direct compensation is money. Okay, sabi niya na indirect compensation are additional vacational leave. Very good. Ayan. So, even si Didre Ventura share her answers. Ayan, si Mark Ulysses Luyun Aguinaldo. Ayan, sabi ni Aliyah, ayan, so nabanggit ko na kanina, it includes ang indirect compensation daw, includes pension funds, cell phones, health insurance, and overtime pay. Ayan. Even Raymart Bayukan, Westlet, Claire Andres, Menchi de la Cruz, Geraldine, Hanito, and Faustino. Okay, sabi ni Faustino, direct compensation involves monetary payment to employees for time work or results obtained. Ang sabi niya, indirect compensation involves expenditures made by an employer on behalf of all employees and is typically referred to as fringe benefits. Right. Ayan. So, ang daming nag-share ng kanilang mga sagot. Ayan. So, Jane Kulalabe, Donna Pagigan, Jam Tamayo, Christian Kyle Bumatay, even si Rica Topoyo, Princess Balayan, Jessa Lopez, Eunice Cabacan, Menchi de la Cruz, Mark Ulysses Aguinaldo, sabi niya, Frixie Tagufa, o gising ka na daw. Ayan. So, thank you for sharing your answers, guys. Okay, so, let us continue the topic. Okay, so when we say direct compensation, it includes bonus, leave travel allowance, conveyance, house rent allowance, basic salary, medical reimbursement, and special allowances. Ang sabi na kapag indirect compensation naman, it includes overtime allowance, hospitalization insurance, leave travel, retirement, holiday pay, flexible timings, and leave policy. Alright. So, ayan, nagising na si Ferdinand. Okay, so
Amazing!
nag-send din ng sagot si Nor Jane Basea at saka si Menchi. Right. Okay? So, another activity ang gagawin natin. Okay, so all you have to do is comment your answer on the chat box. Okay, gising na ba lahat ang grade 11? So we are only 730. Gisingin pa ang buong grade 11. O yan, 730 ang ating viewers. Okay, so question number 1. It is the process of recruiting, selecting, and training of men. It is the process of recruiting, selecting, and training of men. Okay, you can send your comment on the chat box. Ayan. Sabi ni Alvin, staffing. Ayan, Leona, staffing din. Okay, Jane, Mary Jane Kulalab, Mary Jane Melad, Ronaldine De La Cruz. O, Ronaldine, anong sagot mo, Ronaldine? Okay, sabi ni MJ, staffing din. Irish Agudong. Okay, the correct answer is staffing. Very good. Okay, number 2. The purpose of this appraisal is to identify subordinates for promotion and other rewards. Okay. The purpose of this appraisal is to identify subordinates for promotion and other rewards. Ayan, nagsagot si Benedict. Ang ano ni Benedict, oh, hindi pa natatapos ang question. Andyan ang kanyang sagot. Sabi niya, performance appraisal. Ayan. Si Irish, performance appraisal. Cyrene, AZ, performance. JR, performance appraisal. Even si Westlet. Ang tanong, it is formal or informal performance appraisal? ABM 11. Is it formal or informal performance appraisal? Performance appraisal, Christian Kyle. Alea, performance appraisal. Okay, sabi ni Alvin, it is formal. Okay, so that is formal performance appraisal. Very good. Very good, grade 11. Okay, next question tayo. Question number 3. It is the systematic way of review and assessing the performance of an employee during the given period of time and planning for his future. Okay, ulitin ko. It is the systematic way of review and assessing the performance of an employee during the given period of time and planning for his future. Ano ang sagot ninyo sa number 3? Okay, ang sagot ni Mark Ulysses is Human Resource Planning. Okay, sino kaya ang makakasagot ng correct answer sa number 3? Human Resource Planning. Ang sagot naman ni Irish.
Amazing!
Sabi ni Jane. Okay. Human Resource Planning. Si Charles Stone, si Lance, si Marie Claire, si Annie Love, John Mark, Rika Tokoyo, Nika. Okay, ulitin natin ang tanong. Okay, it is the systematic way of review and assessing the performance of an employee during the given period of time and planning for his future. Sabi ni Zairil, Human Resource Planning. Sabi ni Westlet, promotion. Okay, ang sabi ni Geraldine, performance appraisal. Number 3, sabi ni Aldwin, is training. Okay, performance evaluation, ang sabi ni Fritzy. Training of promotion, sabi ni Zairine. Okay, the correct answer is performance appraisal. Okay, I think merong nakakuha ng sagot doon. Okay, next question tayo, number 4. It is a process of enhancing the skills, capabilities, and knowledge of employees for doing a particular job. It is the process of enhancing the skills, capabilities, and knowledge of employees for doing a particular job. Write your answer on the chat box. Ayan, si Mark Ulysses. Sabi niya, training. JR, training. Irish, training din. Even si Peterson at si Aliyah. Althea, also answer training. Charleston and Donna. At saka si Miss Alejo. Si James at si Frixie, also answer training. Okay, the correct answer is training. Okay, number 5. It is the process of finding and attracting qualified applicants for the job. It is the process of finding and attracting qualified applicants for the job. Okay, AZ answer recruitment. JR also answers recruitment. Aliyah and Charleston. James and Maria, Cyrene, Lance also answer recruitment. Even si Westlet at saka si Gracie Gamboa. Pati si Janet, si Fritzy, even si Peterson. And Vienna, answer, recruitment. Si Jane, si Jenkins, Mary Jane, and Mark Ulysses, April, answers recruitment. Oh. So, the correct answer is recruitment. Very good, grade 11. Okay, for the last question. It is a monthly compensation paid to clerical, administrative, or professional employees. It is a monthly compensation paid to clerical, administrative, or professional employee. Okay, kindly send your answers. Ang sabi ni Alvin, salaries / wages. Sabi naman ni April, salaries. Ang sabi ni Aliyah, it is direct compensation. Okay, sabi ni Mark, salaries, Althea salaries, even si Marie Claire, Shena, and Frixie answers salaries.
Amazing!
Si Rika, Vienna, Crystal, May, Donna, and Princess also answer salaries. Okay. Raymart and Cleven also answer salaries. Okay, the correct answer is salaries. Okay, so we will continue. Just have a short break.
De Luna,
Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera.
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas!
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Sorry. Okay, we're back. Grade 11. Naka-off pa lang aking mic. Okay, alam ko excited kayo for the next question. Okay. Nawala ang aking boses. Ayan. Okay, meron akong boses. Okay, the next question is, the purpose of this is to train an employee for a higher job in preparation for a replacement of an employee who is about to resign or retire. Okay. Question ulit. The purpose of this is to train an employee for a higher job in preparation for a replacement of an employee who is about to resign or retire. Okay. Sabi ni Didre, selection. Ang sabi ni Mark, promotion. Ayan, even si Irish, selection. Selection. Okay, ang sabi nila is Ang sabi ni JR is promotion, si AZ promotion, Althea is promotion. Okay, meron pa bang ibang sagot dyan? Nori Jane, selection? What is the correct answer? Gracie, promotion. Ayan, sabi ni Faustino, promotion. Even si John Skin, promotion. Okay, hindi ko pa nakikita ang tamang sagot. Ayan. Mary Jane, promotion. Even si Menchi, promotion. Si James at si Jam, promotion din. Aldwin is training. Sabi ni April is promotion. At sabi naman ni Benedict is development.
Amazing!
Okay. Genevieve is promotion. Okay, the correct answer is transfer. Ayan, hindi nakuha. Okay, by the way, next question. This is the critical part of an organization's design, how well they fit with the rest of the system in the organization. This is the critical part of an organization's design, how well they fit with the rest of the system in an organization. Okay, sabi ni Faustino, wala daw yung sagot doon. Okay, sabi ni Charleston sa number 8, selection. Even si Westlet at saka si Irish. Oo nga, hindi nyo nakuha ang sagot kanina. Okay, JR, sabi niya is selection. Okay, this is the critical part of an organization's design, how well they fit with the rest of the system in an organization. Okay, Sam. Okay, answer ni Jocelyn, Jonalie, Althea, James, Gracie, and Cyrene is selection. Okay, and Janet Cabasal is selection. Yan. Even si Zairine. At saka si Marie Claire, selection. At saka si Nika and Marie Claire. Okay, let's proceed to next question. This serves as recognition of superior's performance. It includes incentives or deserving and dedicated employees. This serves as recognition of superior's performance. It includes incentives to deserving and dedicated employees. Okay, write your answer on the comment box. Okay, sabi ni Maria Alejo, promotion. Didre, promotion. JR, promotion. Benedict, sabi niya is compensation. Sabi ni Cyrene is promotion. Even si Frixie at Faustino, promotion. Ayan, si Menchi, si Aliyah. Si Menchi, yung sagot niya is promotion. Si Aliyah is compensation.
Amazing!
Ayan. Ang sagot ni Halane is promotion. Ang sagot naman ni Alvin is bonus or compensation. Even si Jane is compensation. Ayan. So, actually, magkakaiba kayo ng sagot, ha? Okay, the correct answer is promotion. Okay, for the last question, these benefits which are provided to the employees having long-term impact like pension, health, and insurance. These benefits are which are provided to the employees having long-term impact like pension, health, and insurance. Okay, send your answers. Ayan, good morning, Jasmine Hugo. Ang sagot ni Alea is compensation. Ang sagot ni Geraldine is fringe benefits. Sagot ni Maria is compensation. Pati si Peterson, Aldwin, and Irish. Jessa and Rika, compensation. Even si Leona, compensation din. Si Nori Jane, Laymark, Jankins, and Frixie, James, ang sagot nila is compensation. Okay, ulitin ko ang question. These benefits which are provided to the employees having long-term impact like pension, health, and insurance. Yung sagot nila, Nika, Remy, April. Ang sagot ni April is indirect compensation. Parang isa pa lang ang nakita kong sagot na tama kanina. Okay, MJ, sagot niya is compensation. Mark is indirect compensation. Alea, indirect compensation. Indirect din si Maria Claire. Okay, the correct answer, I think, ang nakakuha is si Miss Geraldine Hanito. It is fringe benefits. Wow, galing-galing nila. Okay. Right, so let's continue. Okay, so fair compensation and benefits can lead to greater job satisfaction. Meaning, employees are happy in their job position and are less likely to want to move jobs. When employees value their position, they are more likely to feel motivated. Research has shown that motivated employees will always look for a better way to complete a task. Be more quality-oriented.
Amazing!
So please send the heart emoji on the comment box if you understand the lesson. Okay, so if there are questions or clarifications, you may also send on our GC. And if there are no questions and clarifications, please send also to our GC. Ayan, so Christian, bakit piggy bank? Ayan, nagising na rin si Austriaco. Okay, so Mary Claire, ibig sabihin, naintindihan nila ang kanilang topic. Okay, so did you enjoy, guys, our discussion for today? Okay. Star ng buhay ko, sabi ni April Battal. Okay. That's it, grade 11. So for your next activity, refer to our Google Classroom and it was already uploaded. So again, send your answer to our GC until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so congratulations, grade 11, for your active participation for today. Don't forget to send your reflection on your activities to our GC and to my Gmail account. Stay tuned for the next learning episode only here on 97 MHz, your Champ Campus Radio. In this challenging time, always remember that it makes a big difference in your life when you stay positive but not on COVID. Okay, ma'am, pa-shoutout po. Yan, sabi ni Christian Bumatay, Milet, Bawin West, Didre, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so stay at home and always follow IATF protocols. Again, this is your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Beth, who always says, a good system shortens the road to the goal. Stay safe and God bless. Good morning!
Hatid namin sa inyo ang mga impormasyong siksik at malaman, pang-negosyo at pang-kabuhayan. Mula sa INHS Senior High School ABM Department, ito ang INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio. 97 MHz FM kampiyon sa puso ng bawat mag-aaral na Ilagenyo. Be business-minded, be accountable, and be informed. For we don't just rule, we double rule. This is INHS SHS Chat Campus Radio.
so good morning again, grade 12 ABM.
Morning.
Okay, and everyone listening out there, join us again in 1 hour lecture in our subject, Business Finance. Only here at 97 megahertz INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio. I am your teacher broadcaster for today, Teacher LC, and with me is
Ma'am Tin.
kami ulit ang inyong mga teacher for today. Okay, so sabi ni Warren Buffett, the rich are rich not because they look rich, but rather because they possess the skills and strategies of the rich. Okay, so hindi pa rin tayo nakakaalis sa ating lessons for today. This is just a continuation again for from last week topic. Okay, so before we continue, may we read some shout outs and comments? Okay, so meron na tayong 41,000 Ma'am Tin na mga listener. Ayan,
Nagising ng maaga para lang umaten ng klase, Ma'am Elsie.
very good.
Nakakatamad bumangon ngayon, Ma'am Elsie.
Oo nga, kasi
Bad
foggy.
weather.
Oo. Nasa Baguio tayo, Ma'am Tin.
Correct. Ang
Okay,
lamig.
so please send us emoji as a sign that you are now ready to take and listen. Welcome to the business world. Welcome, accountancy, business, and management strand. Okay. Ayan, nandito na ang mga Kotler, ang mga Smith. Nandito na rin ang mga Pasyoli. Okay, Ma'am Tin, pabasa ng mga shoutouts dyan. Hindi ko
Ayan, good morning daw. Galing kay Crystal. Okay. Ano pa ba? Siya lang naman ang bumati sa atin, Ma'am Elsie.
Nag-love react naman yung mga iba, Ma'am
Yung iba,
Tin.
heart.
Ayan. And then,
Good morning,
yung
L'Oreal.
iba dito is, they are just, nagpapa-attendance sila. Kaya nilalagay nila ang kanilang mga sections.
May mga heart.
Okay,
May mga meaning ba tong mga heart, Ma'am Elsie, pag iba-iba yung kulay? Minsan kasi green, may violet, may black pa minsan. Kaya.
Depende yata yan sa, ano nila. Ma'am
Enlighten
Tin.
us please, guys. Ano bang meaning ng mga
Bakit
kulay
may
ng mga
black,
heart?
bakit may white, may
pa,
violet,
ganun.
green.
Oo.
Sa ano yata yan, Ma'am Tin? Sa, ano yan? Sa customize ng kanilang mga cellphones.
Oo nga.
Tawag dun.
Minsan kasi pag may pinopost din ako sa GC namin, Ma'am Elsie, hina-heart nila pero iba-ibang kulay. Kaya sabi ko, may galit ba tong ibang mga bata? Ano kayang meaning no?
Bakit may mga black?
Kasi red lang ang alam kong heart, Ma'am Elsie. Pero may black, may
Ayan.
violet.
Good morning, teachers. From Michael Tamayo Adorable.
Good morning,
and
Bernadette.
Sophia.
Ay, Ma'am Badette, we miss you here.
Okay.
Oo. Si Ma'am Badette nanonood
Pasok ka, Ma'am Badette, kasi
Walang
may
magtitiis
practice
sa amin.
tayo ngayon.
Oh, correct. May lakwatsa pa tayo mamaya, Ma'am
True.
Elsie.
Okay. Andito sila Kim, Cherry, Jessica Daniel Dakwag.
Good morning.
Julian.
Good morning sa inyo
Okay.
lahat.
Trixie Agustin, Faith Alin. Ayan, good morning sa inyong lahat. ABM 12. Okay, so alright. Before we proceed to our lesson continuation, kasi this is a continuation of last week topic, we will have a short review. Okay, so last meeting we've been discussed about risk, di ba? Okay, the risk management and the fundamental types of risk. And for the recap, I have prepared a question here. Okay, please do send your answers through the chat box comment with your section to be recognized. Ayan. Para hindi na ako mawala later on pag mag-review ako ng mga answers niyo. Alright. Okay, sa mga nakikinig, you may send your answers through PM. Okay, kasi syempre hindi sila makapag-comment dyan, Ma'am Tin.
Oo.
Okay, so for number 1 question, this is uncertainty inherent to the entire market, also known as market risk or undiversifiable risk. Ayan. So while waiting for your answers, we will be having a short break. Ulitin muna natin. This is uncertainty inherent to the entire market, also known as market risk or undiversifiable risk. Ayan.
De Valera.
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas!
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Okay, so...
Okay, Ma'am Elsie, marami na silang sagot.
Meron ako ng mga sagot dito. Okay, may nakita ko rito, Ma'am Tin, balik tayo doon sa heart emoji.
Oo,
Sabi ni
nag-reply
KD,
sa
may
akin.
nag-reply. Yung
Oo.
green, Ma'am, means money, good luck, health, and tranquility.
Wow, sana all. Eh, yung ibang
How
kulay,
about yung ibang kulay? Eh, yung
Oo.
white siguro, Ma'am Tin, pure. Ganun.
mga purity.
Ayan, nandito rin kanilang mga sagot. Okay, so
Okay.
they have the same answers. Pare-parehas sila. Okay, very
Systematic
good.
risk daw, Ma'am Elsie.
The answer is
Is it correct?
systematic.
Okay.
risk.
So, correct sila, Ma'am Elsie.
Na-refresh pa rin nila yung kanilang mga sagot. Yung kanilang mga, yung ating lectures last meeting, Ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what are some examples of non-systematic risk naman tayo? Okay, what are some examples of systematic risk?
Systematic risk ba, Ma'am Elsie?
Non-systematic
Okay,
risk.
none daw, none.
Okay. What are some examples of non-systematic risks? So, okay, when we say non-systematic risk, these are uncertainty that comes with a company or industry, also known as specific risk or diversifiable risk. So, kung kanina, yung systematic risk natin is undiversifiable, ito naman sa ating non-systematic ay diversifiable. Okay, so again, please do a comment in the chat box. What are these some examples of non-systematic things? Ayan, may sagot si Caitlin. Rumors. Okay, so pwede.
Chismis ba yan, Ma'am Elsie?
Mga chismis na
Sa loob ng company.
sa loob ng company.
Yung mga scandal, ganyan, no? Pwede.
Ayan. Labor's right. Ayan. Labor's right. Or labor strike. Diba? May mga strike. Hindi din natin kasi yan minsan
May iwasan.
may iwasan. Ayan.
Yes.
New competitors. Of course.
Lalo sa mga malalaking company, no, it is actually the right of the employees, no, to actually create a labor union, Ma'am Elsie, na magpoprotekta rin kasi sa welfare ng mga empleyado, no? Kasi especially if international companies or big companies, syempre ang priority ng mga yan, Ma'am Elsie, is palaguin ang kita at payamanin ng mga shareholders.
Pero
Okay?
syempre, sa part
Oo.
naman ng mga laborer, of
Oo.
course, kailangan hindi rin na
Siyempre yung
pabayaan
welfare
ang
nila,
kanilang-
yung rights
Oo,
nila,
yes,
dapat meron ding magprotekta. Kaya usually nagtatayo ng labor
Labor
unions.
unions.
Okay?
Okay, yan din minsan yung kinakabagsak ng ng mga negosyo minsan.
Oo, kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng hindi magandang relationship yung
Yes.
company at yung mga laborer, okay?
Oh,
Yung
when it
labor
comes to
union.
benefits, Ma'am Tin.
Nagkakademandahan. Oo. Totoo yun. Nangyayari talaga yan sa totoong buhay. Especially kapag medyo may violation yung company, like hindi sila nagre-remit, Ma'am Elsie, ng SSS ng mga empleyado, hindi binabayaran pala yung PhilHealth, pero nakakaltas sa sweldo ng mga empleyado. So yun, nagkakaroon ngayon ng dispute, no, sa between the company and the laborers. So yan.
Kaya minsan nagkakaroon ng mga rallies, mga
Oo.
labor strike.
Labor strike.
Yung nakikita yung mga placards sa harapan mismo ng
Oo,
mga
lalo pag
companies,
May 1,
ano?
Ma'am Elsie, Labor Day. Oo, parang normal na normalize na natin yung mga nagrarally ng mga laborers
Sanay
natin.
na tayo
And
dyan.
ano naman kasi yun, it's their right, no, to ask for extra, kumbaga, no, so raise of salary, ganyan, extra benefits, so yan.
Ayan, si Vince Marquez, sabi niya dito, changes in the interest rates, of course. Ayan, a change in regulation that impacts one
Industry,
Okay,
yes,
very
that's
good.
correct. Oo.
Dami nilang mga...
Example niyan, Ma'am Elsie, yung change in regulation, yung sa
May bago
ang tawag
silang
dito?
may bagong pinalabas na policy,
Oo,
mga regulations
especially
na
yung-
hindi...
yung train law natin, Ma'am Elsie, nako, ang daming naapektuhan niyan, no? Hindi lang isa or dalawang industry, no? Lalo yung mga talagang yung sa bisyo ng mga business, yung mga sigarilyo, yan, ako, sila talaga yung mga alak, yan, sila talaga naapektuhan ng malaki dyan sa train law na yan.
Okay. So thank you for responding. They are very active today, Ma'am Tin.
Okay,
So
new
the
and more
reason we need to
competitor.
manage our risk when we enter into business or investment. Kaya kailangan talaga natin i-manage ang ating risk. Ano ba itong risk management nito? Okay? It is the process of identification, analysis, and acceptance or mitigations of uncertainty in investment decisions. Kasi minsan hindi natin alam kung ano yung mga risk sa isang business, Ma'am Tin. So kailangan natin talagang
aralin.
Para ma-manage natin ng mabuti.
Kasi wala naman ding business, Ma'am Elsie, na zero risk.
True.
No?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
lahat talaga meron. So
Yes.
talagang kailangan alam nila yung kung paano i-manage, no? Kung alam na nila kung paano i-deal, no, pagdating na sa risk.
Yes, Ma'am Tin. Kasi putting your money into an investment is always accompanied by risk. Okay, sa lahat naman ng bagay, hindi lang yan sa negosyo. Sa lahat ng actions natin, Ma'am Tin, di ba?
Pati sa love life yan, may
Yes,
may
of
risk yan.
course, may risk.
Oo.
Wag kaya nga pag magmahal ka, wag mong ibigay lahat.
Dapat alam nila yung mga red flag, Ma'am Elsie, no? Nung ano na yung mga risk, nako.
Wag mong ibigay lahat. Magtira ka naman para sa sarili mo. Para
Correct.
in case hindi nag-pursue, ayan, may matitira pa rin
Oo.
para sa
I-apply pa rin natin yung 80-20 rule, Ma'am Elsie, kahit sa
Yeah.
love life. 80% dun sa sa mahal mo, pero magtira ka pa rin ng 20% sa sarili mo, Ma'am Elsie. Mahirap ibigay yung 100%, di ba? O yung mga estudyante nating nakaka-relate dyan, pa-heart naman ako dyan.
Sa mga in love.
Sa mga in love.
Yan.
Oo.
Kayo lang ba? Kami rin.
Si Ma'am Elsie lalo. Araw-araw in love yan.
Of course. Kasi nagpapatibay sa sa buhay. Yan. Dapat balance, kumbaga. Okay, so moving on. We will be right back after this short break.
De Luna,
Present!
Herrera, Valera,
Madumit lang.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020? Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Alright. Ang daming nag-heart-heart, Ma'am Tin.
Oo.
Sabihin, ang daming in love.
Ang daming in love.
Ang daming mana kay Ma'am.
Ang daming umayon sa atin, Ma'am Elsie.
Oo
Sabi natin, wag natin ibigay yung 100% ng sarili natin, no? Kahit sino pa yan, no?
Sino pa?
Kasi kapag iniwan ka niyan at buong-buo yung binigay mo, walang may iwan sa'yo. Hindi mo alam kung saan mo pupulutin
Unless
yung
sure ka
sarili.
sa kanya. Di ba, Ma'am Tin? What if?
Kahit
What if? What if? Yan, may mga
Oo.
ifs tayo eh.
Oo. Risk
Okay.
kasi yon. So, kailangan i-manage
Dapat
mo.
ano tayo ngayon, Ma'am Tin? Meron tayong bagong word ngayon. Maris naman.
Ano yung maris, Ma'am Elsie?
Mare, risk taker ka ba?
Yan. Gusto ko
Ayan.
yan.
Since puro risk naman ang ating pinag-uusapan.
Oo. Ikaw ba ay maris?
Ikaw ba ay Maris? Ikaw ba si Maris? Mare, risk taker ka ba?
50-50, sabi ni Linus. Tama nga naman. Pwede naman.
Pwede
50-50.
naman.
no?
Basta ang importante, Linus, wag mong ibigay lahat.
Oo,
Ano?
tama.
Magtira ka para sa sarili mo.
maabuso kapag ganun, Ma'am Elsie.
Yan.
Bakit ba tayo napunta sa love life?
Yung risk ang
Marami tayong
pinag-uusapan
mga
natin.
maris.
Mga ano kasi yung mga yan eh. Pag kayo ng pag-uusapan, Ma'am Tin,
Nabubuhay
active
sila.
Nabubuhay ang kanilang malamig-lamig na katawan. Lamig kaya. Okay,
Oo.
ayan.
Malamang yung mga estudyante natin dyan, Ma'am Elsie, wala pa naliligo dyan, no?
O malamang.
Oo.
Nagmusik-musik lang yung mga yan. Nakahiga pa siguro.
Nakahiga pa yung
dyan.
iba.
Ayun,
Nanonood lang sa
walang
atin.
problema. Basta as long as meron silang nakukuhang
Correct.
info.
Happy
So, alam na
56,000, Ma'am Elsie. Dumadami yung ating viewers. Dumadami yung mga ma-risk natin.
Maris. Mare, risk taker ka ba?
Ma-risk taker. Oo, tama.
Okay, so moving on, can you name us the sources of risk? Okay, so kung meron tayong mga types of risk, meron din tayong mga sources of risk, Ma'am Tin. Ano ba to? Saan ba
Oo.
nanggagaling itong mga risk na to in business and in investment? Okay, so while waiting for your answers, check natin later on kung merong nakakaalam sa inyo.
Oo, saan ba
Can you
nanggagaling
name
yung mga
us
risk?
The
Sources.
sources of risk.
Mhm.
Ayan. While waiting for your answers, magbasa muna kami ng inyong mga comments. Ayan. Vince Marquez, sana all in love.
Guilty daw si Kerubin. Saan ka guilty, Kerubin?
Guilty kay Rubin.
Ha?
O, true daw yung abuso, ma'am. Sinong nang abuso sa'yo, Lorniel? Ha?
Abusado, paluin natin yan. Okay, sige. Wala pa silang mga sagot, Ma'am Elsie. Time check is 9:17 in the morning. Okay, you are still tuned in.
Shout out to Althea
Okay.
Gifaya, KD, Kerubin, Yan, Vince,
Oo.
Kimberly, yan, sunod-sunod.
Appreciation, Ma'am Elsie, dun sa mga ano
sa mga
natin,
kahit
present ngayon.
nakahiga, naka-open ang kanilang cellphones. Ayan. Sabi ni Lornier dito, may sagot na. Internal and external source of
risk.
risk.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Tama ba
So
siya, Ma'am
maraming
Elsie?
mga sources of risk kasi, Ma'am Tin. Kaya lang, isa-isahin natin. Dun tayo sa mga major sources lang. Kasi kung lahat yan na iti-take up natin, malamton, Ma'am Tin.
Oo, tama.
Okay, so
Baka
dun
hindi,
tayo sa mga sources.
hindi natin
Ayan,
matapos sa
production,
isang oras.
market preference, and competitions. Ayan.
Actually, in
legal.
all aspect naman, Ma'am Elsie, no, of a business, talagang merong risk.
Maraming risk.
Oo.
At madaming risk, Ma'am Tin.
Mm-mm.
Ayan, kailan mag-focus lang tayo doon
So,
sa
sabi
mga...
ni Christine Joy, Ma'am Elsie,
Ayan, meron siya
the
dyan.
5 primary risks are production, marketing, financial, legal, and human.
Ayan.
Tama ba siya, Ma'am
production.
Elsie?
Ayan. Okay, salamat sa inyong mga sagot. Pero
Production,
syempre,
marketing, financial,
focus
legal,
muna tayo
and
sa
human.
ating major sources of risk. Galing kay Brown and Rayleigh of 2014. Okay, so salamat sa mga sumagot. All your answers are correct. But then, dito tayo sa mga major sources. We have the business risk, the financial risk, the liquidity risk, the foreign exchange risk, and the country risk.
Ano yun, Ma'am Elsie? Ulitin natin. Business risk,
Natin yung mga major sources of risk.
financial
Though
risk.
all your answers are correct, pero syempre dito tayo sabi ko sa major sources galing kay Brown and Rayleigh of 2014. Okay. We have the business risk, the financial risk, liquidity risk, foreign exchange risk, and the country risk. Okay, so we will be discuss each one by one after this short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
All right, so are you still there? Grade 12, ABM. Mga
Okay.
nasa ilang views? Wow, nasa 60,000 views. na
Wow.
tayo. Nakabuo rin tayo ng isang
Isang
section. Very good.
Oo.
We're
Tatlong
still
section
waiting
lang
for
naman
the
to, Ma'am
2
Elsie.
sections.
Natutulog pa sila, Ma'am Elsie.
Naka ano na tayo, Ma'am Tin? Naka 1/3 na tayo.
Tama.
Okay, so what is business risk? From the word itself, business risk. Ano ba yung mga panganib sa negosyo na tinatawag natin? Okay? Palagay nyo, class. Ano ba itong mga business risk na ito? In investing. Yan, yung mga investors na yan. Okay, ano ba yung mga panganib sa negosyo? Bakit yung iba hindi nagpo-pursue? Bakit yung iba nagfi-fail? Okay, so kailangan mo kasi din i-manage ito.
So siguro
minsan,
dito, Ma'am Elsie,
Mm.
pumapasok yung management ano natin, no, management role natin dito sa business risk na ito.
Oo nga. Okay.
Okay. Siyempre kung mali yung pagpapatakbo kasi sa isang negosyo, malamang talaga ligwak. Ligwak ang negosyo mo.
Changes in the government policy.
Okay, pwede din.
Pwede din. Okay, so sabi niya Brown and Rayleigh dito, define niya ang business risk as the exposure of a company or organization has two factors that will lower its profit or lead it to fail. Okay? Anything that threatens a company's ability to achieve its financial goal is considered a business risk.
So more on internal pala ito, Ma'am Elsie.
Diba yung mga threatens sa isang negosyo natin. So they are considered as business risk.
Syempre yung competitors, business risk din yan, Ma'am
Business
Elsie.
din yan.
No?
Yes,
Kasama
kasi
siya.
they threaten the business. Okay, because of this, it is impossible for a company to completely shelter itself from risk. Although hindi natin yun maiiwasan, pero syempre, dahil alam natin na merong mga risks na pumapasok sa business natin, yan, kailangan natin i-safeguard yung ating business.
Pero minsan healthy rin talaga ang risk, Ma'am Elsie, no? Kasi it puts you on the ground eh. Talagang you have to really be aware
Hindi ka
and
na lang
alert.
makampante, Ma'am Tin, di ba?
oo.
Asahan mo lagi na
Merong
risk.
Oo.
Okay, so yan yung ating tinatawag na business risk. Okay, how about the financial risk? Ayan, ang daming sagot dito kanina pala. Okay, how about the financial risk? What do we understand about financial risk?
Pati weather events.
Yan.
Isinama ni Vince.
Okay, so yung financial, oo nga. Yung financial risk kasi ito yung halimbawa, paano mo i-finance naman ang iyong negosyo. Ayan. Saan ka mangkukuha ng iyong ipupuhunan, pang finance. Okay, so these are financial risks. Ayan. May mga sumagot
Changes
na ba?
in rate,
Changes
yes,
in rate,
pwede.
of course. O pwede rin yan, Ma'am Tin, kasi syempre, pag umutang ka,
Yung interest.
Yung interest
You have to
niya.
consider also.
consider mo rin ilang rate, percentage ng utangin mo.
Pag umutang kayo, class, no?
If your capital is manggagaling sa utang.
Ay, nako, mahirap yun. No?
Yun.
Oo. Pag nagtayo ka ng business at lahat ng capital mo, galing lang sa liability or utang. Yung mamaya, Ma'am Elsie, no, yun ang topic natin sa next na
Topic natin.
Oo.
Okay, so
Mahirap yun, Ma'am Elsie, kung ang accounting equation mo, asset is equals to liability plus capital, tas zero yung capital. Galing lahat sa liability.
Oo, paano nga yan?
Oo,
Paano
tapos-
yun? Paano mabubuhay yung negosyo mo kung yung kikitain mo, pambabayad mo lang din naman sa inutang
Correct.
mo?
Tapos nagbabayad ka pa ng interest.
Diba? So, ibig sabihin, when you, although kasama yan sa pagtatayo ng business, meron kang mga pagkukuhanan, pero syempre, meron ka rin dapat capital.
Just make sure, Ma'am Elsie, that the interest they will pay with the bank or any lending institution, no, is lesser dapat doon
Doon sa
sa
kikitain
kikitain
na.
nila
Ayan.
para kaya nilang i-sustain yung kanilang debt.
Kasi aside kasi dun sa interest, Ma'am Tin, later on na monthly binabayaran nila, meron pa silang mga other needed na babayaran, like
Correct.
yung mga salaries ng mga tao nila.
Operating
Yan,
expenses,
the operating
Ma'am
expenses
Elsie.
nila.
True.
Okay, so ito yung ready ka na sa lahat, all settled ka na sa iyong naiisip na negosyo, yan. May nakita ka na gustong-gusto mong nang mag-invest. Kaso ang kulang mo, Ma'am Tin, wala kang pera talaga. Yun ang mahirap eh. Yan, kaya
Totoo.
kailangan talaga natin ng
Kapital.
kapital.
Oh.
Laking kapital. Alright, so financial risk refers to the risk created by the choice of capital structure. So pag sinabi kasi natin capital
Yun na nga
choice
yun,
of
Ma'am
structure,
Elsie.
ayan.
No, yung
Saan ba
asset is equals
manggagaling?
to liabilities plus capital
Yes, Ma'am
natin.
Tin. Saan ba manggagaling ang gagamitin nyo in your business or in your investment? Manggagaling mo yun sa capital mo o utangin mo lang din naman pala. Okay? Okay, so a company usually fund its operation through debt and equity financing. As the debt portion increases, also, financial risk increases. Of
Yes,
course
totoo.
naman,
So
Ma'am
yan
Tin,
yung
di ba?
sinasabi natin na mahirap kung puro utang yung laman ng ano mo, ng store mo. O baka mamaya pag hindi ka nakabayad,
Wala na.
iba na ang may-ari.
True.
Yung mga pinagkakautangan mo na yung tumao na dun sa store mo, Ma'am Elsie.
Kailangan mo talaga ng capital in raising business or in your investment. Kung meron ka, kung mag-i-invest ka. Mahirap kasi yung mag-invest ka, Ma'am Tin, utangin mo lang din yung i-invest mo. Better not to go with the investment.
Correct.
Pagka ganun. Kasi sabi nga natin, maris tayo ngayon. What if
Wag naman super risk.
true. Risk taker ka ba, Mare?
Kasi yung mga ganong klaseng risk, Ma'am Elsie, common sense naman na kasi yun. No? So kung
Saka
alam
kahit-
mo ng
kahit-
talo ka,
oo.
wag na.
Saka kahit risk taker ka naman, Ma'am Tin, mahirap din. 'Di ba? Kasi baka mamaya dahil risk taker ka, positive ang pagtanggap mo sa risk na 'yan. In the end,
Talo ka din.
talo ka din pala kasi hindi mo na manage siyang mabuti yung risk. 'Di ba, Mare?
That's true. Yes.
Okay. So proceed tayo sa
Isang
liquidity
type.
risk.
Oy, nako.
Ayan, nasa na ba tayo? Pangatlo
Ang
na
yaman
yata
mo
yan.
ng company mo, Ma'am Elsie, pero walang cash. Ang laki ng
Liquidity
asset,
risk. Oo
pero
nga,
may problema ka sa
nakatago
cash.
lahat. Nasa
Oo.
inventory, nasa
Oo,
utang, nasaan pa
liquidity
ba?
yan.
Yan.
Oo.
Okay, so pag sinabi nating liquidity, ano ang sa palagay nyo ang liquidity class?
Anong liquidity risk? Liquid ba yan, Ma'am
Is
Elsie?
your company's liquid?
Basa ba yan?
Ano yan? Tubig ba yan?
Tubig ba
Liquid ba yan? Okay. Ano ang
Ano ba ang meaning ng liquidity risk para sa ating mga estudyante, Ma'am Elsie?
ayan. Ano ba ang liquidity risk?
Do you have any
Anyone?
idea? Sige, hintay tayo ng sagot, Ma'am Elsie.
Oo. Okay, so while waiting for the
Waiting.
answers, ayan, magbasa muna tayo ng shoutouts dito. Ayan, sino na ang naka-attendance, Lornier? Wala na siya, naka-attendance na. Okay, sabi ni Caribbean Batong, the inability to easily exit a position.
Paki-elaborate.
Paki-elaborate, Caribbean. Anong position ito?
Paki-elaborate.
Ayan, dami nilang mga shout out kay Shira Akob. Sabi ni Jaika May Candelaria, uncertainty that an investment can be converted to cash at a known price. Ayan, kasi mahirap especially kung ang negosyo mo ay real estate, Ma'am Tin. Ang hirap i-convert ng cash yun. Kasi
Tulog.
milyon
Tulog ng
ng
pera.
milyon ng ano doon, tawag dito? Milyon
Ang naka-invest.
Oo, naka-invest. Okay. Okay, Debs. Sabi ni Robert Henry Perez, financial risk that for a certain period of time, a given financial asset, security, or commodity. Okay, shout out to Sir Robert. Hindi yata taga-ABM 12. Yeah, thank you, sir, for joining. Okay, John Abuso, risk of companies and individuals not meeting their short-term financial obligations. Of course naman.
Correct
Kasi
yan.
kung hindi mo mamit yung short-term obligation
Kahit
mo
yung
na
short term na lang, ibig sabihin,
ibig
naku
sabihin,
po.
you are very
Paano na yung long term?
liquidity. You are facing liquidity risk. Yan. Yan. Very
Okay.
good dyan. Okay, so sabi dito, liquidity risk is uncertainty that an investment can be converted to cash at a known price. Okay, the existence of exchange facilities eases in liquidating an investments. Okay, so if there is no ready market for the investment, it is considered illiquid and a higher liquidity premium required by investors. Okay, so ang hirap talaga nun, Ma'am Tin, yung asset mo,
Tulog.
wala dun sa cash. Kaya ang hirap, hindi siya convertible into cash, wala ka ring i-roll over.
Totoo yan.
So, dapat ang asset natin, mas madami yung cash para meron tayong maiikot in our business. Ayan,
Yes.
very good.
Although hindi rin maganda, Ma'am Elsie, no, na nagtatago ng malaking cash ang
Of course
ang
naman.
business,
Dapat balance.
no?
Ma'am
Kasi
Tin,
ibig sabihin nun, hindi sila marunong magawak ng cash, no? So,
hindi
dapat,
nila namamanage yung cash nila kasi
Oo.
ang pera nila andun lang.
andun lang. So, kung may extra cash, ini-invest din talaga yun, Ma'am Elsie. Pero ang risk nga doon is the investment liquid din. Kasi kung maganda dyan, kung i-invest mo yung cash mo sa mga short-term marketable equity securities lang, which are easily can be sold, no, sa ibang tao. Na yun yung sinasabi ng
in case
liquidity
kailangan mo
risk.
ng pera, in case kailangan
Madali
mo ng
mo
cash,
siyang
mako-convert
makuha.
mo siya agad.
Oo.
Okay, hindi yung matutulog yung
correct.
kasi kung malaki ang cash mo nga naman sa financial statements mo, Ma'am Tin, hindi rin
Questioning
siya
ka pa rin, Ma'am
oo,
Elsie, eh.
yes. Kasi
Okay.
you are not properly managing your
cash. Oo, totoo yun. So, dapat sakto lang yung cash mo. Sakto lang pambayad ng short-term liability mo. Saktong pang cover ng operating expense mo for that period. Okay? May sobra man, konti lang, no? Just for siguro mga uncertain circumstances. Pero kung masyadong malaki yung cash na nire-report mo sa financial statement mo, hindi siya magandang reflection kasi it means na pinapatulog mo yung cash sa bangko at hindi mo siya nai-invest into a more productive venture, kumbaga, Ma'am Elsie.
Oo, yes. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for those answers. Ang daming nagsagot, Ma'am Tin. Nasa 56,000 viewers na tayo.
Oo, natulog na yung apat.
Natulog na yung apat. Okay, pagising-gising naman dyan. Okay, so dito tayo naman sa ating foreign exchange risk. So, paano ba nagiging risk ang foreign
Oo,
foreign
mahirap din
oo.
yan. Nako.
Dito pumapasok, Ma'am Tin, yung halimbawa, ang business mo is international ka.
Oo,
Ang
at ang
transact mo
ang
is
ginagamit is dollar.
importation
Oo.
and exportation ang iyong business. Okay, so pag sinabi nating foreign exchange risk, ayan, refers to the losses that international financial transactions may incur due to currency fluctuations. Okay, ano ba yung mga examples nito? Halimbawa, Ma'am Tin,
Mahirap yan, Ma'am Elsie. Kunwari
Oo.
kasi ang business mo is yun nga, nasa importation ka, no? So, kunwari, nag-import ka ng mga raw materials galing sa abroad. Meron kang factory dito sa Philippines, pero kinukuha mo yung mga materials sa ibang bansa. So, ang nangyayari niyan, pag sobrang baba ng peso, malaki yung babayaran mo ngayon na dollar na para lang makuha mo yung mga raw materials mo at maidala dito sa Pilipinas. So, in effect niyan, malaki yung ilalabas mong pera. And of course, lalaki rin yung expenses mo, malalaki yung cost of production mo, Ma'am Elsie.
Yes, Ma'am Tin.
At ang magsasuffer niyan, syempre yung mga customers kasi malaki yung bili mo sa raw materials.
Papasa mo rin, syempre, na hindi ka
So
malulugi.
papatungan mo rin lang din yung selling price ng product
Kaya
mo.
magsasuffer talaga, Ma'am Tin. End
Oo.
user pa rin in the end, di ba?
Opo, of course, no.
Okay,
At
so-
hindi lang sa ganun, Ma'am Elsie, no, even though hindi ka nag-import ng raw materials, yung ano na lang natin, Ma'am Elsie, yung fuel, no?
Okay, oo
Oo,
nga.
kahit nagde-deliver ka ng gulay sa palengke, so dahil gumagamit tayo lahat ng fuel and we know that fuels are being imported, okay, from other countries going to our country. So kung dollar din kasi yung ginagamit nating pambayad dyan, so ibig sabihin kung mataas ang dollar, okay, mahina ang peso, mas malaki rin talaga yung ilalabas natin na pera para makabili lang ng
Kaya hindi,
fuel.
akala natin hindi natin nararamdaman yung mga ganyang rate, pero syempre, in effect,
Tayo pa
sa
din.
atin magbubumerang, Ma'am Tin.
Totoo.
Parang bigla-bigla lumalaki na naman ang mga
Kaya nung time na 60
oil natin.
plus ang gasolina, nako po. Parang asarap talagang maglakad kung malapit lang yung pupuntahan mo, no? Okay? So, ganun po, no?
Ayan, ang dami nilang mga sagot.
Yun yung mga
dito.
foreign
Okay,
exchange
mga
risk.
Other examples is, if we have both goods from a foreign country and payables are in foreign currency to be paid after 3 months, ayan, umutang ka, Ma'am Tin, gano'n. Sa ibang
supplier
bansa,
mo,
sa
sa ibang
supplier
bansa,
mo.
yes.
Oo nga. And that is payable after 3 months. Okay, then you may end up paying much higher of the due date as currency value may increase. Okay,
Correct.
so this will increase your purchase price. Kasi syempre, kung ano yung tawag dito, yung exchange rate at the time na mag-due yung pera, yung utang mo, yun ang mahirap.
Yun ang
Oo.
ano.
And
yun ang
therefore, the
babay.
overall costing of the product compels the profit percentage to go down or even convert to loss. So, yun din yung mga risk, Ma'am Tin, kapag ang business mo ay
Medyo international. Oo. And
Kaya
usually,
kailangan mong bantayan ang diyan talaga,
Exchange
ang
rate.
exchange rate.
dapat
Kailan
marunong
ka uutang?
mag-LC,
Oo.
dapat marunong yung accountant mo
Oo nga.
na mag-weigh ng risk na parang mape-predict niya kung kailan bababa yung peso. or
Utang tayo ngayon
lalakas
kasi
yung
after
peso.
3 months bababa ang exchange rate ng dollar, o diba?
Tama.
Yun ang mahirap kapag hindi natin napupursue yun.
True.
Alright.
Yun, galing nila. Yun ang foreign exchange risk.
Foreign exchange.
Okay.
Risk.
May isa ka pa yata, Ma'am Elsie? Isa pa ba? Dalawa?
Meron pa tayong examples of foreign exchange risk dito, Ma'am Tin. Okay, meron tayong translation exposure. We have the economic exposure and the transaction exposure. Parang hindi ko yata na-print yung
Mga
iba,
exposure.
mga exposures na yan. Kasi minsan, when we are exposed in this foreign exchange series, mahirap din yon. Kasi halimbawa, dito sa ating translation exposure na sinasabi. Okay, so a parent company that reports in Canadian dollars but oversees a subsidiary based in China face translation series. Is as the subsidiary financial performance, which is Chinese yuan, is translated into Canadian dollar for reporting
Purposes. Oo, kasi
Okay,
meron
siyempre,
tayong
magkaiba
Ma'am
sila
Elsie,
ng rate.
monetary
Oo.
unit na tinatawag sa principles of accounting, no? That kung saang bansa ka nandoon, doon mo ire-report yung kung ano yung monetary unit na ginagamit ng bansa na yun yung gagamitin mong pang-report ng financial statement. So katulad natin, pag nandito yung business sa Pilipinas, they have to report the financial statement into peso. Pero kung ang mother company mo is nasa US, pagdating na sa translation, i-convert na nila yon into dollar, no? Oh, kaya nagkakaroon ngayon ng yun yung tinatawag natin na risk.
Kailangan
Kasi hindi mo alam
i-translate kasi
hindi mo
yung,
alam kung mataas ba
presentation
yung
mo.
ano mo
Oo.
later on or mababa yung dollar. So, yun yung nagkakaroon ng translation risk.
Okay, so dito naman tayo sa ating economic exposure na sinasabi. Okay, also known as forecast risk is the risk that a company's market value is impacted by unavoidable exposure to the exchange rate fluctuation.
So, yun yung parang mga example
Okay.
natin kanina, Ma'am
Oo,
Elsie.
yes, ma'am. Ito yung mga macroeconomic conditions such as geopolitical instability and government regulations. Nagbabago-bago yung presentations natin pagka ganon. Okay, so these three types of foreign currency exposures, yung transaction exposure, translation exposure, and the economic exposure, okay, is very important to understand for an international finance manager. Higher ng kanyang position, international. Okay, pero syempre nakapaloob din yung mga napakalaking risks.
Accountability.
Accountability talaga. Analyzing the exposure to foreign exchange rate helps have the right to view of the firm's business and therefore make informed decisions.
Yes.
Okay, so ganoon naman talaga, you need to know those risks para makapag-generate ka din, makapag-come up ka into best decisions. Okay. Alright, basa muna tayo ng ating kanilang mga sagot. Sabi ni Christian Diego, foreign exchange Venus comprises the largest securities market in the world by nominal value, with trillion of dollars changing hands each day.
Dinefine niya yung foreign exchange.
Layo na natin.
Ma'am
Nakalayo
Elsie.
tayo. Nasa international na tayo. Very good, Christian. Okay. So, we will be having a short review of the discussed topic after this short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Business pa din.
Alright, so review tayo. Okay, so doon sa ating mga napag-aralan, may mga napulot ba kayo about doon sa mga risks? Mare, risk taker ka ba?
Yes.
Alright, okay. Is it true or false? Economic exposure affects the asset and operating cash flow. Totoo ba that the economic exposure affects the assets and the operating cash flow? Nakakaapekto ba ang economic exposure sa ating assets and operating cash flow?
Oh, may naliligaw tayong
Wow,
taga-news.
Jerry Rivera of Humes Compassion. Ito yung Ma'am Tin. Ito yung
Siya yung gustong mag-ABM.
gustong mag-ABM na napunta ng Humes. Okay. Anyway, anak, we have so many means para makapag, ka pa din naman. Makapag-aral ka ng about ABM. Business-minded yata siguro itong bata kasi sabi niya gusto niyang mag-business someday. Anyway, kahit anong course naman, di ba? Parang we all live sa mundo ng negosyo. Gusto natin lahat kumikita.
Oo, correct.
Ayan, may mga sagot na sila. True. Ayan, walang naligaw na false. Wala. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, naintindihan nila yung ang ating topic.
Concept.
Okay. So, the answer is true. Okay, next. Is translation activity intended for reporting books to the shareholders of the company? Okay. So, pag sinabi kasi nating translation, ito yung kanina, Ma'am Tin, yung ito-translate mo yung presentation mo.
From peso to dollar.
From peso to
ganun.
dollar. Is translation activity intended for reporting books to the shareholders of the company? Okay, so what's your answer?
Number 2,
Ayan,
true or
number
false?
2, pakilagay ng 2. If it is yes or no. Okay, so number 2 question, is translation activity intended for reporting books to the shareholders of the company? Ayan, wala pa ding sumasagot. Okay,
Number
so shout
one pa.
out to Henry Pronoso, Vince Marquez, Edgar Pidal. Ayan, mga suki natin to sa online, Ma'am Tin.
Yes.
Sino pa din ang nandito? So far, so good.
Mga masisipag na bata tong
Sipag
mga
ng
to,
mga
Ma'am Elsie.
bata. Ayan, wala pa rin sumasagot. Is translation activity intended for reporting books to the shareholders of the company? Ayan, based
Parang
dun sa,
itong batch na ito, Ma'am Elsie, yung talagang 2 taon natin silang hindi nakita, no?
ito yung
hindi
pag
talaga
may
natin na-meet.
pumupunta rito, ma'am, kailan
Gawa
ng
ng
face-to-face?
pandemic. Oo.
Namimiss na namin ang
Na grade
senior high
11
school.
silang pandemic, grade 12 na pandemic, gagraduate na pandemic, Ma'am Elsie, hindi man lang natin
Ipag-pray
nakita itong mga
ipag-pray
batang
natin
ito.
na, ano, na
mag face-to-face na
baka
sana.
face-to-face kayo sa graduation.
Oo, bago man lang graduate, Ma'am Elsie, no? Kung
Oo,
totoo man na
ma'am.
mag face-to-face na tayo next year,
Baka
sana
naman.
makapasok na sila, no?
Pero syempre, hindi lang pwedeng minsan
Lahat.
ng pasok,
Oo,
ma'am.
hindi
Kasi
100%.
nasa ano tayo eh. Nasa thousands ang
Yun.
mga
Hindi natin
students.
i-risk, Ma'am Elsie.
We will not be risk. Hindi kami risk taker.
Hindi kami ma-risk
Oo.
pagdating kay COVID.
True.
Mahirap.
Mahirap na.
Okay, number 2, Ma'am Elsie, may sagot na sila.
Yung
Yes
sagot
or
na,
true?
Yes or true. Okay, very good. Yes or true.
Okay.
Ayan. Kasi nga, from the word translation, di ba?
So far, tama naman sila lahat, Ma'am Elsie.
Which of the following statement is true about the economic exposure? Okay, so meron tayo dito mga choices. Which of the following statement is true about the economic exposure? It directly impacts the value of the firm. Letter A. Letter B. It has a greater level of exposure than transaction exposure. Letter C. None of the above. And letter D. Both A and B. Which of the following statement is true about the economic exposure? A. It directly impacts the value of the firm. B. It has a greater level exposure than transaction exposure. C. None of the above. D. Both A and B. Ayan. Pagka ganito mga question, may mga hint na eh. Ayan. Wala.
Oh, tip lang natin dun sa mga estudyante natin, Ma'am Elsie, no? Kapag ka merong mga, sa multiple choice, pag sumasagot kayo at merong 2 contradicting na sagot, isa dun ang tama. Yun. Doon na kayo mag-focus. Tapos sabi nila, Ma'am Elsie, pag may all of the above, lagi nyo yung sagot. Mga last, ano nyo na yon, mga last resort na ninyo,
Last
yung mga
resort
ganong
na yun.
klaseng technique, kumbaga, no, na pag hindi mo na talaga alam yung sagot, no, yun ang pipiliin mo.
May sagot na
Okay.
si P. Letter A. Ayaw mo ng letter B, Pauline?
Pauline, letter A. Si Jeric, letter A.
Jeric. Wow, si letter Jeric. Letter A din daw. Ayaw mo rin ng letter B, Jeric? Ayan. Why puro A? Ayan. B, Pasyoli. I see Peter Paul.
Ano ba yung D
Aidan.
mo, Ma'am Elsie?
Both A and B.
Oo.
Kasi si Jeric, si Sofia, si Pauline, ayaw nila ng B. Ayan.
Sinabi ko na nga yung clue kanina. Pag may 2 contradicting na sagot, nandun yung sagot.
Ayan. Oo nga.
Isa doon yung tama. Okay? So, anong sagot
Ayan.
natin dito,
Sagot
Ma'am
nila
Elsie?
ay congratulations to Crystal Shelo, to Jamaica, Marine Balagbagan, ayan, Peter Paul Aidan, first to answer.
Yes.
Susa Vizcara. Ayan, ang sagot natin ay
Letter D.
both
Letter
A
D.
and B. Ayan, pahabol si Benedict Garcia. Okay, so let's proceed to the last list. Yung ating tinatawag na country V's. Ayan. Nandun, gusto mo bang mag-invest sa isang bansa o isang lugar
Na may gera?
may gera? Ayan. Kaya ang hirap nung nakatayo yung negosyo mo
Mahirap
Ma'am Tin,
yan.
sa isang lugar na bigla-bigla. May volcanic interruption, may gulo sa Marawi City. O, diba?
So, syempre, pati yung political aspect dyan, Ma'am Elsie, ng isang bansa. Pag masyadong
Yes.
magulo yung political game, kumbaga, no, ng isang bansa, parang kung ako yung investor, parang ayokong mag-invest dyan, ang gugulo, di ba? Parang,
Okay. Because country risk, Ma'am Tin, is associated with political and economic uncertainty din, okay, of a particular business environment. Ayan. I-release mo ba yung negosyo mo sa isang lugar na
Oo, no.
you don't know yung
actually, yan yung
magiging
palagi
result nun
nating,
after.
Ma'am Elsie, naririnig, no, sa mga foreign company kung bakit ayaw nila minsan mag-invest dito sa Pilipinas is dahil nga ang gulo-gulo daw ng political ng Philippines, no?
Kasi you can only entice investors to invest in countries with
With
political stability, Ma'am
Pag
Tin.
stable na yung natin. Tsaka
If
syempre
a higher rate of return
yung
is
policies, Ma'am Elsie, no, na intact for the foreign investors, dapat maganda rin yung offer sa kanila. Kaya nga lang, since ganun nga nangyayari dito, and yung cost of living dito, Ma'am Elsie, katulad nung bayad ng kuryente, tubig, medyo mahal, no? Kaya minsan ayaw din ng mga foreign investors yung ganun. Although mura tayo in terms of labor, no? So pumapantay tayo sa Vietnam, sa syempre China ang pinakamurang labor, no, sa buong mundo, no? Pero
sa
yun
Malaysia.
nga, mura tayo sa labor pero mahal kasi tayo sa overhead, Ma'am Elsie. Kaya kung minsan ayaw din talaga ng mga foreign international, no, na international businesses na mag-invest dito sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Saka kung ang gulo-gulo, dagdag pa yung gulo-gulo
Dagdag pa yung gulo.
ang daming nangyayari. Yan, parang yung nangyari na rin dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Sabi nila, ang Philippines ay very late in terms of responding to this current situation. Sabi nila, ay hindi natin alam. Pero syempre, since yun ang nakikita ng mga investors natin outside, yan, nag-iisip din sila. They are not Maris, Martin.
Oo, tama.
They're a risk-taker. Okay? So, ang daming Marisa na, Ma'am Tin, if you're engaged in business. Okay? Yan, not all naman is Maris. Hindi tayo lahat risk-taker. Yan, depende pa rin yan. Okay? So, sabi nga ni Ma'am Tin kanina, 80-20 dapat. Ano? Magtira ka rin. Baka kasi when you invest, when you pursue into business na hindi mo naaaral kung ano ba yung mga risks in that particular business, wala. Lugi ka in the end.
Tama.
Okay? So, with these sources of risk that an investor may encounter for his investment, meron tayong mga steps how to minimize or reduce the risk in our investment. So, kung meron tayong mga risk, meron din tayong mga steps in minimizing and reducing that risk. Okay? Meron tayo rito. Isa-isahin na lang natin, Ma'am Tin. Anong oras na ba?
Okay, time check tayo, Ma'am Elsie. It's 9:48 in the morning. Okay, you are still tuned in to INHS on air. Okay, Senior High School Champ Campus Region 97.00 megahertz.
Ayan. So, meron tayo dito mga steps to minimize or reducing this risk para kahit pa paano natin maiwas-iwasan din natin. Okay? So, we need to identify the risk. That's the number one.
Oo,
Identify mo kung ano yung risk.
Sino bang kalaban mo? Ano bang kinakaharap mo?
Kailangan mo siyang i-identify.
At dapat i-accept nila na may risk talaga, Ma'am Elsie.
Yes, an organization can identify the risks through experiences, mga internal history, consulting with industry professionals, and external research. Yun yung mga way nila in identifying the risk. And after you identify the risk, you have to measure the risk. Okay, this will help you identify which are very unlikely or would have low impact and which are very likely and would have a significant impact. So, kailangan din natin kasing malaman at ma-measure natin.
Correct.
Then after that, we'll be examining the solutions. So, alam na natin yung risk na identify na natin. Alam na natin kung saan ang very risky, merely risky, low risky. Ayan. So, kailangan mo nang i-examine yung mga solutions mo. So, merong sometimes organizations have these options, that is to accept the risk, avoid the risk, control the risk, or transfer risk. So, nasa business na yan, Ma'am Tin, kung ano ba ang gagawin niya dun sa mga risk.
Mahirap yung avoid the risk, Ma'am Elsie. Iwas ng iwas.
So, you have to
you have to face it.
What if the problem is your face? Kung na maintain. Yan. Accepting the risk means deciding that some risks are inherent in doing business.
Correct.
And that the benefits of an activity outweigh the potential risks.
Correct.
Siyempre, if you wanted to avoid the risk, Ma'am Tin, simply, huwag ka nang mag-participate or
mag-business.
Hindi ka nang mag-business. Huwag ka nang mag-venture into an activity kasi wala po tayong mga business proposals or wala tayong mga tawag dito, Ma'am Tin, yung...
Walang negosyong zero
Oo.
risk, Ma'am Elsie. Lahat
Meron at meron tayong mga risk na may encounter.
Truth.
Okay, so pag sinabi kasi natin risk control naman, it involves prevention. Yan. Alam na natin, nami-mitigate na natin dati to reduce the impact that it will have to occur later. Okay, so pag sinabi namin natin risk transfer, ayan, involving giving responsibility for any negative outcomes to another party. Meron palang ganun, Ma'am Tin.
Yeah.
You transfer the risk. Ikaw na bahala dyan, Ikaw na bahala dyan. Ayan. And then after, sabi dito, after we examine the solutions, ayan, we have to implement that solution.
Oh, syempre, kailangan yun, Ma'am Elsie.
How? Yan. Paano natin na i-implement? Okay? So, we'll define the needed resources such as personal and funding, get the necessary buy-in. Okay? So, kasi kailangan talaga natin i-implement yung mga nakikita nating mga solutions yan.
Otherwise, hindi mo mamimitigate yung risk or hindi mo siya malilesen.
And of course, pag na-implement na natin, the last will be, we will be monitor the results.
Siyempre. Importante yun, yung evaluation mo. Effective ba yung naging solution mo? Okay, kasi kung hindi, magre-reassess ka na naman, Ma'am Elsie, no?
Okay, so risk management is a process, not a projected that can be finished and then forgotten about. Okay, so kailangan talaga natin
Parang cycle talaga siya, Ma'am Elsie.
Parang steps siya, a process in reducing the, hindi ka pwedeng mag-stop pag nasa kalagitnaan ka na. Okay. Ano pa ba? Determine whether the initiatives are effective and whether changes or updates are required. Okay, sometimes the team may have to start over with a new process if the implemented strategy is not effective. O, diba? Ulit-ulit kapag ka ganun, hindi effective. Meron tayong mga alternatives, kumbaga, Ma'am Tina. Alternative A, B, C, D hanggang Z. Ayan, meron tayong mga alternative. Pero syempre, para ma-reduce natin itong mga risk na to, ayan, we go to the process. Meron tayong mga step na kailangan i-follow. Ayan.
Buhay na buhay pa yung 56,000 natin, Ma'am Elsie.
Yeah. Makikinig pa rin daw sila mamaya, Ma'am Tin, sa ating next episode.
Oo, may next episode ako. Kung gusto nyong mag-join pa rin, ABM 12. Kasi sabi ni Sir Sokan, ito yung topic nila next meeting nila, Ma'am Elsie.
Para
It's
makapag-recite
about,
kayo.
balance sheet and income statement. O, kung gusto nyong mag-review, gusto nyong ma-refresh, you can still stay tuned, no? Pwedeng wag na kayo mag-exit sa ating live.
Okay, so recap tayo sa ating last lessons kanina, yung steps or process how to minimize or reduce the risk in your investment. Number 1, we have to identify the risk. Number 2, measure risk. 3, examine solutions. 4, implement solutions. And 5, monitor the solutions. Ayan, very good. Thank you, ABM, for actively participating in this
Yes, Ma'am Elsie.
lecture. All right, so that's conclude our topic for today in investments. Ibig sabihin, by next RBI, is iba na ang ating topic.
I-announce ba natin, Ma'am Elsie?
Okay, yes, we will
Or
announce
kailangan nilang mas maano muna, no? Medyo
Suspense muna natin
suspense
sila.
muna natin kasi meron tayong pasabog next meeting.
So
Ma'am
next
Elsie.
meeting,
Nako!
meron kami mga pasabog.
Sana
Everybody is
welcome.
tawag dito, encouraged to join.
join,
Kasi alam niyo
yes.
naman,
Nako.
next week is Christmas time
season
na ba? Christmas
Oo,
season
oo.
na.
Alam na siguro nila, may
Alam
clue
nyo
na sila,
may
Ma'am
clue na ba
Elsie.
kayo? So
No?
we're encouraging everybody to join in the RBI sessions from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Oo, kasi lahat yung pang
Lahat
ABM.
Hanggang 4
ABM day
o'clock
pala ang
pala.
Thursday, Ma'am Elsie,
Oo
ano?
nga. Ayan. So, meron kaming mga pasabog at all ABM are encouraged to join.
Kahit hindi ninyo subject. Okay?
Ayan. Okay, so we will be end the sessions in this simple passage from ano ba kanina yon? From Warren Buffett. Okay, sabi dito, the best investor do not target return. They focus on the risk.
Yes.
And only then decide whether the projected returns justify taking each particular risk. Okay, so thank you ABM 12 for actively participating in our lesson for today. So tune in again next meeting for sabi nga ni Ma'am Tin kanina, meron kaming pasabog.
May mga pasabog
At alam
tayo.
namin na magugustuhan nyo yun. Ayan. Okay, so
First
this is
prize
your-
yata doon, Ma'am Elsie. House and lot ba?
Oo nga. House and light nakalagay sa ref. Lamig Oo nga. Nagyayelo siya. Galing pa siya ng ibang bansa.
Correct.
Okay, so this is your teacher broadcaster for today, Ma'am Elsie
And this is
Alera.
Ma'am Tin.
Okay,
Thank you so much,
and
ABM 12.
bye-bye.
See you again next meeting.
Hatid namin sa inyo ang mga impormasyong siksik at malaman, pang negosyo at pang kabuhayan. Mula sa INHS Senior High School ABM Department, ito ang INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio. 97 MHz FM na kampiyon sa puso ng bawat mag-aaral na Ilagenyo. Be business-minded, be accountable, and be informed. For we don't just rule, we double rule. This is INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio.
Isabela National High School.
INHS On Air Senior High School,
INHS On Air.
your homeschooling buddy.
Are you interested in setting up and managing your own business? Does your heart and passion direct you into the world of global market? Come, listen and learn to be equipped with the goal of reaching greater heights to develop our society. ABM is ready to inflate as the future entrepreneurs thriving for success.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ABM 11. Okay, so this is Fundamentals of Accounting, Business and Management 1. Okay, I'm your teacher, broadcaster, Ma'am Tin. Together with me is...
Ma'am Elsie.
We
Okay.
are the ultimate tandem. Okay, so today, before we formally start, okay, let me just read this quote to all of our students, no, para ma-inspire naman sila ng konti, Ma'am Elsie. Okay, success is not the key to happiness. Oo. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful.
Amazing!
Yes. Oh, amazing. Amazing talaga. Okay? So, learn to love everything that you do. And that is the only way, no, Ma'am Elsie, para
Maging,
talagang...
happy ka.
Oo. Para maano
And you
natin.
found success in your
Ma-appreciate natin yung success na
Yes.
tinatamasa natin. Kasi kapag hindi tayo happy sa ginagawa natin, we will just end up usually
Complying.
parang complaining and regretting, no, kung ano yung ginagawa natin. And hindi siya maganda. Okay, so once again, good morning everyone. Good morning ABM 11. Okay, so you are tuned in to INHS On Air, Senior High School Champ Radio, 97.00 megahertz sa inyong mga radyo. Okay, and we are simultaneously live, okay, via Facebook. Okay, so our lesson for today actually na ano ko na sila dito, Ma'am Elsie, no, I gave them the topic for today, and it's about the financial statements, Ma'am Elsie, of a business, no. Okay, so ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng financial statement? To agad-agad tayo start na kaagad.
Ano ba ang financial statement?
Ano nga ba ang
later on,
ang
ano yung
financial
ano ba yung mga nakikita doon sa financial statements?
Okay. Can anyone then define first what is or what are our financial statements? Okay, anyone? Okay, appreciation to our audience. We have 67,000 on LC.
Wow, ang dami.
Ang dami nila.
Hindi yata yung mga anak ko dati yes.
Oo.
Yan, sa
Very
plus
active
points.
sila. Very active sila, Ma'am Elsie.
Gusto ulit nila matuto.
Okay, may mga sagot na sila, Ma'am Elsie, no? Okay, financial statements are written records that convey the business activities and the financial performance of the company. Yes. Okay, so pareho lang sila ng sagot. Si Aldwin, si Cyrene, and Leona. Okay. Si Mary Angelica, an income statement is one of the three along with the balance sheet and statement of cash flows. Major financial statement that reports the company's financial performance over a specific accounting period. Okay, tama yan. Galing. Okay. So, si Jasmine, so ganun din. Pare-pareho sila na ng sagot, no?
Si April.
Easy, yes. Si Didre, financial statement are written records. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Financial statement are often audited by government agencies, accounting firms, etc. to ensure accuracy and for tax, financing, and investing purposes. Financial statements include your balance sheet, sabi ni Dito.
Yeah, sabi naman ni Benedict dito, Ma'am Tin, financial statement states the amount of assets, liabilities, and equity left after a particular month or
Ang gagaling nila,
cycle.
Ma'am.
Ayan. Alam na nila ang kanilang topic ngayon.
They give a different meanings, no, sa isang concept natin. Hindi yung pare-pareho lang sila ng ano. So ibig sabihin nito, Ma'am Elsie, iba-iba rin sila ng source na binabasa, no? Hindi yung isa lang. Hindi si Google lang. minsan
Mayroon
kasi
silang kanya-kanya nga dictionary.
Okay, so that's correct, no? So our financial statement, okay, are structured representation of an entity's financial position, which is the balance sheet, and the result of operation, which is our statement of performance or yung income statement na tinatawag. Okay, so financial statements are the product of our accounting process. Okay? So kung matatandaan ninyo class na nasa accounting cycle pa rin tayo, 'di ba? So ang pinaka-end product pala ng accounting cycle na ginagawa natin is our financial statements. Okay? And we already know, okay, as I've already explained to you before, no, that the financial statement is the tool, no, used by the different users of accounting for them to be able to come up with a sound decision pagdating sa financial aspect ng ating business.
Yes, ma'am. Kasi
Okay.
they cannot generate the best decisions kung hindi naman nila nakikita ang financial
Yes,
standing
kung walang
ng isang,
basis.
business.
Oo, tama yan. Okay, so yung basis natin for decision making will always be the financial statement. So, okay, kahit umutang ka sa bangko, yan ang hahanapin ng bangko sa'yo. Kahit ikaw pa yung pinakamagandang taong uutang doon. Pagpasok mo sa bangko, di ba, very elegant ka, very gorgeous ka. By the end of the day, ang tatanong lang sa'yo ng bangko, may I see your financial statements? And they will base the decision based on your presentation of your finances, hindi yung physical presentation ng umuutang, no? So, ganun talaga yon. Wala tayong magagawa.
That is their requirement, ma'am.
Oo, correct.
It's not the financial appearance, but the financial statement.
Yes, kahit maganda yun. Nilagay mo sa magandang papel, yung financial statement mo, mabango-bango pa yung papel mo, Melcy. Walang sense yun. Yung laman ang tinitingnan, no? So, it's the substance and not the form, kumbaga. So, yun ang inaano natin sa financial statements, okay? So, having said that, class, can you name the 3? O, 4 pala, no? Actually, 5 yon, pero sige, 3 na lang.
3 na lang muna.
Major
Major.
financial statements. Okay? So, ano-ano ba yung tatlo na yan?
Parang nakita ko kanina nito, may mga nagbanggit na kanina.
Meron
mga
na.
definitions
Oo, sinama na nila sa definition nila.
Sana na.
So, ano ba yung tatlo na yan? Yung, just give 3 of the 5 major financial statements that we usually prepare. Yan, may sagot na si AZ. Parang si AZ yata yung kapatid ni Sir... Sorry for that. Kapatid yata ng isang teacher din natin dito.
Sino, ma'am Tin? Si Sir Parina?
Roy.
Ay, kapatid niya si okay.
Si AZ. Saan yung sagot niya?
Kanyang sagot ay ang sagot ni AZ ay income statement, financial position or the balance sheet, and the changes in owner's equity.
Yes, yan yung main 3, no? Tama yan. You have the income statement, you have the balance sheet, and the changes in owner's equity. Okay?
Yan yung major natin. Okay? So, same with Cyrene. Parehas sila ng sagot. 4 actually. Yung kay Cyrene pala, balance sheet, income statement, cash flows, and the statement of shareholders' equity.
Okay. So,
Yun lang.
5 kasi yan actually, class, no? It's, yan nga, the income statement, the balance sheet, the statement of changes in owner's equity, your cash flow statement, and of course, yung hindi natin dapat ipagwalang bahala yung ating notes to financial statements, no? Kasama kasi yun. Yung lahat ng disclosures, no, nandoon sa notes to financial.
Isara yung libro at the end of the year or at the end of the transactions.
So, kumbaga, nandun sa notes, ine-explain lahat nung nangyari dun sa mga figures mo. Okay? Very good?
So, mag-focus lang tayo sa tatlo muna, sa basic.
Sa basic muna tayo. Ma'am Elsie. Okay? So, statement of a financial position or also known as your balance sheet. So, unahin natin yung balance sheet natin, Ma'am Elsie, no? Okay? So, can anyone then define or ano ba ang nakikita natin sa balance sheet?
Ano bang laman ng balance sheet?
Anong laman ng balance sheet? Okay? Can you post your answers? Okay? You can text me or you can send through our GV, yung ating group chat, or through our live session, okay? the meaning of a balance sheet.
Ayan, may sagot na si Maria
bilis.
Angelica Ancheta. A balance sheet is a financial statement that reports a company's assets, liabilities, and shareholders.
Yes. So basically, that's the only
Equity.
definition naman, Ma'am Elsie. No?
Sino
So,
lang talaga ang laman ng ating
yun lang naman
balance sheet?
talaga ang laman niya. Okay, so si Benedict, balance sheet states the asset, liabilities, and equity at the end of one accounting cycle. Okay, sige. These are all real accounts. Sabi ni sino ang nagsabi?
Menchi.
Okay, true, no? When we say real account or permanent accounts, okay, so these are actually the amounts kasi that you could see na cumulative. Ibig sabihin, from the day one, okay, during the first day of operation of your business. So, pagka-open pa lang ng business mo, naka-report na yung cash, okay, lahat ng assets mo, liabilities, and owner's equity. And they just pass through, no? Or kumbaga, pinapasa na lang yung amount nila from
Nag-accumulate
every,
monthly.
yes. So, accumulated
Kaya siya
amount
tinawag
siya.
na
Kaya real
real
accounts
accounts
or
siya.
permanent accounts sila. Yun yung mga nasa balance sheet. Okay, ang gagaling. Okay, so marami silang mga sagot, Ma'am Elsie, no? So,
Sabi ni Pearl dito, Ma'am Tin, the balance sheet is a financial statement that provides a snapshot of what a company owns and owes. Yes, of course. As well as the amount invested by the shareholders.
oo. So, yun yung capital aspect niya, Ma'am Elsie. Ang dami nilang sagot, nakakatuwa. Okay, so tingnan natin. Okay, so statement of financial position or the balance sheet. Okay, appreciation, Ma'am Elsie, 75,000 tayo.
Wow.
Oo.
Dami,
Marami-rami.
isang section na to, Ma'am
Oo,
Tin.
isang section na yan. Kasi 70 plus halos ang isang section ng ABM 11 ngayon. Oo. Okay. Okay, so statement of financial position or your balance sheet, okay, is one of the financial reports submitted by the company to the users of the information such as the banks and other financial institutions. They are called permanent or real accounts, no, because of their existence is continuous, no, and the balance is forwarded from to the next accounting period. And of course, we have the elements, Ma'am Elsie, hindi natin dapat palagpasin, no? Alam na alam ng mga bata ito.
Ano ba ang laman?
Anong laman?
Parang may
What are the
nag-recite
elements?
kanina.
Oo. So sinabi na rin nila kanina, Ma'am Elsie, that we have the assets,
the
liabilities, and the owner's equity. Oh, very good. So, yun yung tatlo.
Stockholders equity.
Oo. So, those are the three major elements, no, that you could actually find in your balance sheet. Okay? So, when we say assets, sige nga, tingnan nga natin, Ma'am Elsie, kung kaya nilang i-define yung asset. Okay, class? Asset is what? Sila ba ay asset ng
Are you an asset of your
sila ba ay
parents?
asset ng pamilya nila? Tingnan natin. Okay, so what is your idea or what is your definition
O kayo
of an
ba ay
asset?
liability? Sakit nun. Huwag ganon.
Sila ay asset, Ma'am Elsie, pero nagde-depreciate. Wag naman.
Ganon.
Walang ganon, Ma'am. Okay, nag-appreciate kami, Ma'am. Asset are owned and controlled. Aliyah, kompletuhin mo, anak. Okay,
Okay,
assets
sabi ni
are the resources owned by the company, sabi ni Jam.
Yeah, sabi ni Benedict naman dito, an asset is something that is owned by a company that benefits or will benefit them. Okay.
Correct.
Yung mga asset bang hindi benefits? Walang benefit?
Siyempre,
Yun yung
meron.
mga Ma'am Tin, yung mga asset natin na hindi na siya nagagamit.
Oh, yung idle
Oo,
asset,
yung mga
Ma'am
idle
Elsie.
natin na pwede natin i-convert into
cash.
na mag-benefit ang ating
Ibenta mo na.
business.
Kaya pag kayo naging idle asset, baka ibenta kayo ng mga magulang yun.
Ipamigay!
Oo, ipamigay. Para mapakinabangan ng Belsinde. Joke lang. Okay? So, assets actually are, so tama naman sila, Ma'am Elsie, no? So, almost all of them got the correct answer for an asset.
Iba-ibang explanations
ang gagaling
and
nila.
interpretations. Okay, so sabi dito, Ma'am Tin, basahin ko na.
Sige, Ma'am.
Assets are resources you control that have resulted from past events and can provide you with the future economic benefits. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang klase ng assets. We have the current assets and the non-current
Yes, Ma'am
assets.
Elsie. Okay.
Ano
So
ba
yun
yung
pala ang ibig sabihin ng asset, no? So we have three parameters here, no, na binanggit sa definition. Okay, regarding the asset, first is the assets are owned and controlled. by the company. Unang-una yon, no? So ibig sabihin, if you own and control a property or anything, no, ibig sabihin you can actually use that, you can dispose that, pwede mong ibenta, pwede mong isanla, pwede mong sirain. So yung kumbaga yung decision no over an asset, okay? Pwede mong gawin, Ma'am Elsie. You have all the right, kumbaga, kung paano mo gamitin yung asset na yun. Kasi that is one of the parameters. Second parameter is that it resulted from past events. So, ibig sabihin, may nangyari bago mo nakuha yung asset na yan. So, it's either nabili mo, or nautang mo, inutang mo yung asset, or baka pwede rin naman, Ma'am Elsie, dinonate sa'yo, no? So, kaya nagkaroon ka ng asset. And of course, because it's an asset, so there is an expected future benefit from it. Hindi ka naman bibili ng isang bagay na sa tingin mo, wala kang pakikinabangan dun sa bagay na yun, no? So, if we are talking about business resources, so very important na dapat yung bibilin na asset ng isang company, Ma'am Elsie, ay meron talaga siyang use. Okay? May paggagamitan. Kasi otherwise,
bili tayo ng bili ng isang bagay na nakatambak lang dyan sa gilid.
Oo, yun ang nakakalungkot. Kasi even sa government accounting, Ma'am Elsie, meron tayong mga napapanood ng mga documentary na may mga nasasayang na asset ng government. Okay, yung mga building na hindi natapos, okay, yung mga tulay na walang katuloy. Hindi na siya tulay, no? Walang katuloy. Okay? So, ganon. So, mga assets supposed to be yung mga yon na naging idle or naging wala nang kwenta or wala nang gamit, no? So, hindi dapat ganon. Okay, yung ating assets. Okay? So, yun.
Categorize natin yung current assets at saka non-current assets. So, sinabi natin current assets, ito yung mga cash. Nakikita natin sa ating balance sheet, yung receivables, inventories, and the prepaid expenses.
Okay, so when we say current asset, therefore, these are used in the normal operation of the business, Ma'am Elsie, no?
Napapaikot mo siya from time to time.
In one accounting period, consumable siya, or in 1 year, no? So, yun yung ating
nagbabago-bago yung kanyang
assets.
Amount.
Okay?
So, pag non-current assets naman, it includes the land, the building, the equipment, the furniture, and their accumulated depreciation.
Yes. So, ibig sabihin, yung buhay nila na-extend into more than 1 year, Ma'am Elsie. No? So, napapakinabangan natin sila beyond 1 year. So, yun yung ating mga non-current asset. And of course, ang very popular example nito is yung lupa. No? Lupa, yung building, okay, yung mga sasakyan. So, yan. So, mga non-current asset po natin yan.
Siyempre, alam natin na ang land is not depreciating. It appreciates in value. Okay? In fact, that is the only asset na hindi nagde-depreciate, Ma'am Elsie. Okay? So, non-current asset lang din po ang merong depreciation, ha? Yung current asset natin, we do not recognize depreciation expenses of our current asset. Kasi why? Because they're consumable within a year. Okay? So, hindi mo na siya kailangang bigyan pa ng depreciation expense. Kaya nga dumadating yung time minsan, Ma'am Tin, na yung isang bagay, isang gamit na binili natin after a year. Although, ang ganda pa niya, nagagamit pa yan, napapakinabangan pa niya, but because it depreciated its value over a period of time, wala na siyang value.
Hindi na siya usually na-declare as part ng ating asset. Okay? So, very good, class. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh, wow.
May naligaw na tayo. May naligaw na news. Wow, estudyante ko itong mga to, Ma'am
Christian. Gusto ring matuto, Ma'am Elsie.
Taga-patience.
Okay,
shout out to Humes 11 Patience.
Okay, so another element of our financial position are your liabilities. Okay, so please post your comments or your answers. What are the liabilities? And before we read your answers, we'll pause for a short break.
De Luna. Present. Herrera. Present. Valera. Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Okay, we're back. Wow. Natabunan tayo ng sagot, Ma'am
Ang
Elsie.
daming message. And
Oo.
before we read the answers and liabilities, pa-shoutout muna ako, Ma'am Tin, sa aking
sige po.
mga HUMS 11 patients. Nandito sila. Wow! Hindi sila busy sa kanilang mga modules. Thank you for participating. HUMS 11 patients.
Okay, so sige, let's read some of the
Dami.
answers of our ABM 11 students. Liability is the present obligation of the entity arising from past event and the settlement of which is expected to result in outflow of the future outflow of entity of resources. Okay, so yun na yun, it encompasses everything na dyan sa definition ni Ivy, so that's actually the basic definition of our liabilities, so liabilities includes loans, accounts payable, mortgages, deferred revenues, bonds, warranties, and accrued expenses. So thank you, Miss Leona. Sabi ni Aldwin, napakasimple. Yun na yun. Liability, utang. Oo.
Nakita ka rin yun,
Tama nga naman, utang nga talaga yan, Okay.
Natamad na siya mag-type.
Oo. So, yan. So, halos pare-pareho naman na sila ng mga sagot, Ma'am Elsie,
Yes,
Okay. So, yan. Sige, basahin natin yung formal definition talaga ng
Sabi
ating
dito,
liability.
liabilities are your present obligation that have resulted from past events and can require you
To
give up resources when settling them.
Okay, so just like your assets, we also have 3 parameters pagdating sa ating liabilities, so tatlo rin. So unang-una, these are your present obligations. So ibig sabihin, utang mo talaga yan ngayon, that you really have to recognize that you owe something to someone, Ma'am Elsie.
Yes,
So yan,
Ma'am.
present obligation mo yan and have resulted from past events. So ibig sabihin, hindi naman gumising ka isang araw na anak ko, may utang ako. Hindi naman ganon. So, ibig sabihin yan, may transaction na nangyari kung ba't ka nagkaroon ng utang. So, pwedeng kumuha ka ng supply sa supplier mo, umutang ka sa bangko. Okay? So, may nangyari, bago ka nagkaroon ng utang. And of course, the very important part is, alam mo, in the future, na mag-give up ka ng isang resources mo, kunwari cash, para maibayad mo dyan sa obligation na yan. Okay?
yes,
So,
ma'am.
yun yung pinaka-importante doon, Ma'am Elsie, kasi mahirap yung nire-recognize mo lang yung utang at alam mo kung paano ka nagka-utang, pero hindi mo na alam kung paano bayaran.
Yun ang problema, Ma'am.
Kasi maraming
Utang mo lang
magaling
siya.
umutang pero hindi magaling magbayad.
Mahirap yun, Ma'am.
Okay,
Tin.
so if we have a business, so we should be able to actually pay for our liabilities kasi it will also reflect on the credibility of the company,
Of course, Ma'am Tin. Pag
mahirap
umutang ka,
yun.
hindi ka nagbayad. Or umutang ka, nagbayad ka nga, pero late lagi.
Oo, ay mahirap din
Mahirap pa
yun.
nang makautang
Okay?
na
Hindi ka na kasi
ka
uulit,
ganyan.
Ma'am Elsie, lalo pag sa bangko ka umutang.
True.
Okay, at
Maski sa
nag-default
friends mo,
ka,
Ma'am Tin, kahit kanino.
Kasi naman it's a betrayal of trust.
True.
Oh, you have to remember guys that actually when you ask someone a favor, okay, kunwari uutang ka sa friend mo or sa kahit na sino, a part of them is actually sacrificing, Ma'am Elsie, kasi baka
Yes.
pwedeng yung pinahiram sa'yo is supposed to be pambili niya yan ng ibang bagay.
Yes, Ma'am.
Binigay muna sa'yo. So,
Kasi wala namang
nagsakripisyo siya.
Oh, yes, Ma'am Tin. Kasi wala namang nag-iipon para ipautang lang, di ba?
Correct.
Yun yung dapat maisip ng mga umuutang din.
Oo, so yung obligation natin as a business or as an individual is also to pay that utang dun sa napagkasunduan nating time. Mahirap yung nawawala ka na kapag bayaran na ako. Okay, so hindi po siya magandang reflection ng ating business, na hindi tayo nakakabayad ng utang, lalo sa supplier. Paano
Yes, of
kung
course.
bakery ka, Ma'am Elsie, tapos hindi mo nababayaran on time yung mga kinukuha mong harina, asukal, asin, butter,
Wala na.
etc. O baka wala ka ng ibenta nga ang bakery mo. Hangin na lang ang laman ng estante mo, Ma'am Elsie.
Kaya dapat
Hindi marunong magbayad
dapat yan natin give and take din kasi, di ba?
Oo,
Kung hindi ka marunong magbayad, wala ka rin ibebenta kasi hindi ka pa utangan ng
So,
supplier mo.
tawag doon mga kapatid is you have to actually build your credit. Kumbaga yung credit standing mo dapat maganda.
Yung trust nila sa'yo.
Yung trust sa'yo hindi mawawala. Okay, very good. So, that's for our liabilities. And Ma'am Elsie, meron din tayong tinatawag na current and non-current liabilities. No?
Ano naman yun, mga current and non-current liabilities natin.
Okay, so pag sinabi natin current, Ma'am Elsie, these are actually payable in a year.
Short
Okay?
period of
Short
time.
period of time or one accounting cycle, no? Or
Usually
1 year.
1 year lang yan.
Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, lahat ng inuutang natin in a year, ano ba yung inuutang natin in a year? So, ibig sabihin, lahat lang na may kinalaman din sa operation ng business. So, yung utang natin sa supplier, utang natin sa empleyado na sweldo, okay? So, usually yon mga payable lang din kasi agad-agad, no? So, mabilis mo lang sila kailangan bayaran.
Payments of utilities,
Utilities,
expenses,
yes.
operating natin. So, that is,
Kung inutang mo sila, kailangan mo rin silang bayaran, no? Agad-agad. Okay? So, we also have our non-current liabilities, Ma'am Elsie, no? So, these
Mga
are
long-term naman, na utang
long-term
natin.
liabilities. So, yung pagbayad sa kanila, it extend beyond 1 year. So, usually, ang example nito, yung mga loan natin sa bangko. Okay, alam na ng mga teacher yan.
2 years to 5 years.
Oo, marami.
So, they are considered
marami
as long-term liabilities.
Magaling kami dyan. Magaling din naman magbayad yung mga teachers, Ma'am Elsie.
Magaling din
Nga
naman
ba?
magbayad.
Okay? So, yun. Yung mga long-term, non-current liabilities natin, so they extend into more than a year. Okay? So, pati yung mga sasakyan, bahay, okay, yung mga utang mo sa pag-ibig, yan. Okay, utang ng parents nyo pala. Okay, so kung naka-loan sa pag-ibig yung bahay nyo, that is a long-term liability or non-current liability. Okay? So, very good. ABM 11. Thank you so much once again for your answers. Okay, for the last element, Ma'am Elsie, of our balance sheet, we have the equity. Okay, ano kaya naman ang ibig sabihin ng equity? Please type in again your answers. And before we read your answers, let's pause for a short break.
De Luna.
Present!
Herrera.
Present!
Valera.
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Kasing residue, yun yung naiwan.
Nakamute
Okay?
tayo, Ma'am
So,
Tin.
ay, nakamute ba?
Okay na.
Saan tayo?
Nabasa ko. Ulitin natin, Ma'am
Oo,
Tin, sa
nakamute
definition
pala.
ng equity. Sorry, may
Oo.
nakita ko.
Natutulog yung technical assistance namin.
Ayan, wala daw silang marinig.
Oo,
Ayan,
wala
okay
akong
na, okay na.
marinig, madam.
Sorry.
Oo, sorry
Nakamute
naman
pala.
po. Oo.
Okay, so balikan natin yung definitions
Ulitin natin
ng
yung equity natin,
equity.
Ma'am Elsie.
Okay, dito kay Carol Taginod.
Mhm.
Equity, stocks, fixed income, bonds, and cash equivalent. Okay, Princess Mamawag, equity represents the value that would be returned to a company's shareholders if all of the assets were liquidated and all of the company's
Wow,
debt
ang ganda
were
ng definition
paid
niya, Ma'am
off.
Elsie.
Ayan, kinompleto na ni
Kinompleto
Princess.
niya. Very good. Very nice definition. Okay? So, all of your definitions are actually correct. Okay? Very good kayo, class, for that. Okay? So, equity is simply put, no, it means asset minus liabilities, no? So, kung alam natin yung ating accounting equation, okay, alam natin yon, no? And
Hindi na kayo mawawala.
Oo, it is actually the residual amount, sabi ko nga kanina, no, as per definition ni si Cyrene, residual interest, at saka si Fritzy kanina, no, is the residual amount. So, ibig sabihin kasi ng residual or residue, yun na yung iwan, Ma'am Elsie, no? So, may iwan siya after deducting your liabilities to your total assets. Okay? So, kung ano yung naiwan, yun talaga yung capital mo, yun talaga yung equity. So, ibig sabihin, yun talaga yung mapupunta sa mga may-ari ng business. So, kung mag-isa ka lang, kung sole proprietor yan, yun na yung, kumbaga, solong-solo mo na alam mong sayo, yung equity na yun. Okay? Very good, class. Thank you so much. Okay, next. So, we're done with your balance sheet, no? So, tapos na tayo sa balance sheet, Ma'am Elsie, no? Although, meron pa tayong mga kailangang mga points to consider when we are actually preparing our balance sheet, like, ano yung form na gagamitin, etc. But
May mga
we'll
forms
discuss that, Ma'am Elsie, pagdating na lang sa online class nila. Okay? So, next, let's proceed with your another financial statement, which is what we call the income statement or your statement of financial performance naman this time, no? So yun ang tawag sa kanya. Okay? So can anyone define what is income statement or statement of financial performance? Okay? So yan. We'll wait for your answer. Okay? Thank you so much for our viewers. 80,000 na sila, Ma'am Elsie. Wow. Oo, record-breaking yung session natin ngayon for ABM 11, Ma'am Elsie.
Ma'am T, may mga sagot na sila sa income statement.
Ay, agad-agad, ang bibilis.
Ayan, si Menchi, sabi niya, ipinapakita po nito yung income and expenditures or yung mga gastusin ni business.
Okay,
Ayan, shout out sa mga taga-Humes 11. Wow, mga ano sila, they are active here. They are interested.
Parang gusto yata nila.
Yes.
Oo, meron.
Yes, ma'am.
Parang gusto nilang lumipat sa ABM, Ma'am Elsie.
Ako ang teacher nila dyan. Sir, kaya nandito sila.
Yung mga naliligaw ng mga Humes.
Per dev tayo, class, per dev.
Okay, so may mga sagot na sila, Ma'am Elsie.
Yan, mga gusto magtayo ng business sa mga to, kaya nakikisali
sila. Okay, si John, sabi niya, an income statement or profit and loss account is one of the financial statement of the company and shows the company's revenues and expenses during a particular period of time. It indicates how a revenue are transformed into net income or net profit. Wow.
Nakita na ni Ma'am Tin.
Very, very comprehensive.
Okay lang naman, Ma'am Sharon. They are given corresponding points.
Oo. Ay, gusto rin naman nilang
Gusto
matuto.
nila.
It's okay. Everyone is welcome, no? Since we are actually live via FB and we are broadcasting live also sa radio, no? So, talaga hindi natin makokontrol kung sinong audience natin. And everyone is welcome, no? Especially educational naman yung purpose ng ating broadcast. So, kahit Humes 11 yan or STEM pa yan, welcome po kayong manood sa amin at makinig sa amin.
Kasi we are in business. Ayan, at least alam na nila kung ano yung asset na tinatawag.
Ay, Ma'am Elsie, may nakita ako dito kay Menchi, sabi niya, nominal accounts daw ang nasa loob ng ating financial statement. So, ano bang nominal accounts? Okay? So, explain ko lang, no? So, kanina, yung balance sheet natin, okay, ang laman niya ay real or permanent accounts, okay? This time, the financial statements composed of your temporary or your nominal
Nominal
accounts.
accounts.
Okay? So tinatawag silang nominal accounts or temporary accounts is because by the end of the accounting period, Ma'am Elsie,
Sinasara
zero
sila.
natin
Oo.
siya. Okay?
Kino-close
natin siya into an income summary, no? So yung difference ng revenues nyo and expenses nyo are being closed to an income summary para mag-zero out ulit yung revenue and expense. Para pagdating ng next season or next period, zero ulit yung
balance,
revenue mo, zero ulit yung expenses mo. Para ready ka na ulit, ano ba talaga yung performance ko for this month. So parang ganun. Hindi katulad nung sa balance sheet na naki-carry over lang yung mga balances natin, no? So sa financial statements, every start of the accounting period naka-zero po talaga yung revenue natin and expenses.
Para ma-check natin kung ano ba yung
magkano ba talaga kinita natin
income,
for this month.
Profit
Okay?
natin for this month.
Yun
for this
talaga yung
accounting
purpose
cycle,
niya.
Ma'am Tin.
Okay. Oh, ang dami nilang sagot, Ma'am Elsie. Okay, almost all of them got the correct answer. Very good.
Same lang
ABM
yun.
11. Okay. So let's define ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng income statement. Okay? So it contains the result of the company's operations, okay, in a specific period of time, no, which is called pwedeng net income siya, Ma'am Elsie, or net loss. Oo, diyan mo makikita.
Sino ba may gusto sa net loss sa inyo?
So
Diba, pag nagnegosyo kayo, net loss agad.
So, this can be prepared in a month, in a quarter, or a year. So, sa income statement, kaya siya tinawag na income statement is because of that, no? So, common sense will tell na doon mo makikita yung income or loss. Okay? So, whichever the case may be, no? So, kaya rin siya tinawag na statement of financial performance kasi ito yung performance mo for that period. Okay? Gaano ka nag-perform, no, during this period. Okay? So, yun yung ano niya. So, it's a statement that reflects the company's revenues minus expenses, and therefore you will be able to know if the company had income or loss. Very good. Okay. So we actually have Ma'am Elsie different types, no, of computing our net income, no. So pero pwedeng single step ito or multiple step, no. So pero yung multiple step nila, Ma'am Elsie, itatackle namin yon pagdating na ng merchandising. So hindi ko maano ngayon.
Maano yun, matrabaho yun, madami
Mahihelo
yun.
sila. Mahihelo-helo na sila, Ma'am Elsie.
Kailangan may nakikita sila doon.
Oo, kasi hindi ko siya pwedeng ituro sa radyo. Pero yung single step, madali lang naman yun. Ibig lang sabihin ng single step, revenues less expenses equals net income. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Okay? So, take note, class ha, take note guys. Revenue less expenses equals net income. Okay? So, kailangan kasi natin yun kasi magkakaroon tayo ng konting quiz. Okay? So, yun lang, Ma'am Elsie, no, ang kailangan nilang malaman sa ating income statements. Okay? So, the elements, okay? So, since binanggit na rin naman nila sa definition, the elements that are present in your income statement are the revenues and the expenses. So, yun lang naman yung dalawa, no, na major elements ng ating income statement. Okay? So, I hope you are ready. Please send a heart emoji if you are ready now for the short exercises. Okay, hintayin natin kung ready na ba sila. Please have with you also a pencil and a pen kasi merong part na magko-compute tayo.
Computation pala dito, Ma'am Tin. Okay. Applying the equations, yung mga formulas natin.
Konti lang naman.
Review natin,
Basic
ha. Pag
lang
sinabi
naman,
natin accounting equation in the balance sheet, yun yung asset minus liabilities is equals your equity. And sa income statement, Ma'am Tin, ang formula natin or the equation
revenue less expense lang tayo, Ma'am
less
Elsie.
expense.
Single step lang
Net
tayo.
income or net loss. So, ganun lang siya kasimple.
Okay, so sige. Number 1 question.
Type in your sections to be recognized.
Okay.
At saka para makita rin.
Lagay nyo rin yung number, ha?
On.
Kung sino yung mga tama yung sagot. Okay, so number 1. The most liquid asset. It consists of your coins, your bills, and your checks.
Diba, Ma'am? Ito usually yung nakikita mo sa balance sheet.
Unang-una.
Pinakaunang-una.
Okay, number 1 again. The most liquid asset. It consists of coins, bills, and checks. Okay. Okay, may nauna nang sumagot, Ma'am
Okay,
Elsie.
very good. Benedict Fabian. Ayan.
Cash.
Cash. Ang sagot nila.
Okay, number 1, cash. Cash. Okay. Okay, very good.
Tama silang lahat.
Okay. So the answer is cash. Okay, so tama naman sila lahat, Ma'am Elsie. Okay, wala namang alien na sagot. Okay, very good. Sige, pumapasok pa yung mga sagot nila, Ma'am Elsie.
Okay, sige lang.
Okay, number 2. Okay, these are goods held for sale. Account of it every month is necessary to update the number of goods on hand. Ulit, these are goods held for sale. Account of it every end of the month is necessary to update the number of goods on hand. Okay, ano kaya ito?
So, kasi kailangan mo rin itong
Baka ninanakawan ka na, Ma'am
presyohan,
Elsie.
Ma'am Tin. Diba?
Okay, number 2, may sagot na si Aliyah.
Ayan, meron lang
Okay.
sagot sa Aliyah. Si
Okay,
Cyrene.
Cyrene.
Ayan. Si
Maria
Maria.
Angelica, Aldwin. Okay, number 2. Okay.
April.
April. Merchandise. Dugtungan mo na.
Tugtungan mo na.
Kulang. Okay, so it's inventory or merchandise
Yes,
inventory.
inventory.
So, in other words, ito, Ma'am Elsie, yung laman ng store natin.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so these are the goods held for sale. So, meaning, ito yung mga binibenta natin, no?
No, ito yung mga kino-convert natin into cash.
Oo.
Diba?
Ito yung binibili ng customer sa atin. Okay? So, inventory po ang tawag natin doon. And it's very important that in every end of the accounting cycle, you have to have a physical count of your inventory.
Ayan, yes,
Okay?
Ma'am Tin.
Para makuha mo
ma-determine
yung
amount na
variant.
natitira.
Oo. Kasi dapat in your system, kung kunwari sa system mo 100 pa yung natira na ballpen pero in actual 90 na lang, nako, kailangan mo ngayon ihanapin bakit nagkaroon ng
Baka naman mali
discretion
sa
na
recording
ganon.
mo.
Pwedeng sa recording or baka pwedeng ninanakawan ka na
Baka
nung
kinuha ni
pwedeng ninanakawan ka na pala nung mga tindera mo sa ano mo, sa store mo, hindi mo lang alam.
That's
no?
the
So,
reason why it's very important, Ma'am Tin, to conduct the
inventory count. Oo.
Every end of the month. Or
Okay.
every end of the month.
Kaya matrabaho talaga ang magkaroon ng business, lalo na kung may mga binabantayan kang inventory. Yan. Diyan actually nalulugi yung iba, no? Kasi lalo pag sobrang dami na nilang Ma'am Elsie, paninda, like yung mga malalaking grocery, ganyan, no? Na walang point of sale system, yung mano-mano lang, katulad yan sila Melba, sila OR, so yung mga tindahan dyan sa labas na medyo malalaking tindahan. Mahirap bantayan yung inventory.
Minsan, Ma'am Tin, mga businesses, kailangan pa nilang magsara talaga para lang makapagbilang.
Oo, in a day, nagsasara talaga sila para mabilang lang lahat ng inventory nila. Okay? So, yun. Yun po ang ibig sabihin ng inventory. Okay? Very good.
So, number 3 tayo.
Okay, number 3. Sige,
These
Ma'am
are
Elsie.
costs incurred by the company to sustain the operations of the business. I
Oo, ano
repeat,
nga bang tawag
these are
natin
costs
dyan?
incurred by the company to sustain the operations of the business.
Okay. So, before we read their answers, Ma'am Elsie, let's pause for a short break.
De Luna,
Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera,
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Ayan, Ma'am Tin, meron na silang mga
Yes,
sagot.
okay.
Ayan, pare-parehas.
Yes.
Tama ba sila, Ma'am
Yan
Tin?
naman talaga ang tamang sagot, Ma'am Elsie. No?
Expenses. Ayan,
Expenses.
may mga sumagot. Kompleto
Operating
pa,
expenses. Yes, correct. No? So, yan po yung mga ginagastos natin, no, para tumakbo yung isang business, no. So, hindi naman pwedeng kita ka lang ng kita, Ma'am Elsie. Tapos, wala kang gagastos. Ang sarap nun,
Walang ganon.
Hindi, may ganon, Ma'am Elsie. Alam mo kung ano?
Meron ba?
Oo,
Ano?
Facebook.
Ay, oo.
True, hindi sila nagre-report ng expenses nila. Si Zuckerberg, okay? Pag nakita mo yung kanyang financial statement, wala siyang expenses, no? Puro kita lang kasi
Ang laki ng kanyang tax pagka gano'n.
syempre. No? Sarap nung business niya. Pero majority syempre in general, okay? So kailangan mo pa rin talaga ng ng operating expenses, no, para patakbuhin yung ating business. So kailangan mo nang mag-prepare diyan ng pampasweldo sa empleyado mo, pambayad ng mga utang mo, okay? Pangbayad ng utilities, ganyan. So yun yung tinatawag nating mga expenses, Ma'am Elsie, na ginagastos ng business natin.
Those are the expenses that needs to operate the business.
Oo. Okay? Number 4, okay? These are the sources of income of the company. Okay? This is where the bulk of money is coming from. So anong tawag natin dito? Andun na yung sagot, Ma'am Elsie, actually, no? Are the sources of income of the company. This is where the bulk of money is coming from. Oh, ano kaya to? Saan ba nanggagaling yung kita natin, Ma'am Elsie? Yun ang tanong sa number 4.
Wow,
Anong
shout out
tawag
to
natin
Trixie
doon?
Agustin. She's watching with us.
Okay. Income. Oo. Nandun na kasi sa tanong din yung sagot. Income or what? Income. Okay.
Any other term for income?
Alam nila yan.
Okay, same lang yan. Anyway, same lang din naman. These were the bulk of money is coming from.
Okay, so tama sila, Ma'am Elsie, no? So appreciation to Trisha, Aliyah, Carol, Mary Claire, Gracie, Sheena, Janet, and Vienna, and the rest, no? So it's income or revenue. Okay, so dyan nanggagaling yung kinikita ng ating kumpanya. So kung walang revenue, walang income, lugi. Okay, kung puro expense ang meron ka, paano na yon? Wala kang nabebenta, wala kang kinikita, at puro ka gastos. Di lugi talaga.
Mahirap din yun, Ma'am Tin.
Mahirap talaga. Mahirap mag-operate ng business
Although sa start siguro ng operation, it can be a loss.
Expected yun. Pag first few years of the operation.
Pero syempre, Ma'am Tin, pag 5 years, 6 years, hindi naman na pwede.
Dapat puro income ka na.
Dapat naman, kumikita ka na niyan.
Oo. So, ganun yun. Huwag kayong mag-expect, especially if kung magtatayo kayo ng bagong business, huwag kayong mag-expect, nakikita kayo agad ng 1, 2 to 3 years siguro. Kaya expect nyo yan, loss pa rin kayo. Kasi binabawi mo pa yung mga ginastos mo, during your first or yung pag-build up ng iyong business.
Ang mahirap niyan, Ma'am Tin, kung nag-build siya ng 1 year, 2 years, tinamad na.
Ay, wala.
Wala na, loss na talaga yun.
Nawalan na siya ng gana kasi akala niya baka magtutuloy-tuloy na yung loss.
May mga ganun
Okay, so hindi po ha. So you expect a loss in a few years, no? Pag bago yung business mo. Okay, number 5.
Okay, so the only asset that does not depreciate but only appreciates in value.
Sinabi ni Ma'am Elsie ito kanina.
This is part of the assets.
The only asset that does not depreciate but appreciates in value. Okay, sige, hintay tayo ng mga sagot
Ayan,
nila.
nasagot na si Aliyah.
Bilis ng ni Aliyah, internet niya.
Si Aldwin.
Land.
Benedict.
Okay, tama yan, Ma'am Elsie.
Very good. Nakakasunod ang mga ABM strand.
Okay, so that's correct, no? So land or yung lupa, no? So kahit mura mo lang siya nabili, okay? Pagdating kasi ng araw, Ma'am Elsie, talagang tataas yung value ng lupa.
Value. Unless, Ma'am Tin, kung ang lupang binili mo ay dun sa gilid ng
ilog. At kinain ng ilog.
Hindi na siya nag-appreciate.
Wala na, nag-diminish na.
Deflation ng tao sa ganun.
Oo, nawala yung lupa. May alam akong ganyan, Ma'am Elsie, kasi yung bahay nung tita ko dyan sa Agasyan dati, nung wala pa yung riprap doon.
From half hectare to
kinakain ng
1/4 na lang yata ang natira. Ay, nako. Yun ang mahirap. So, yun din yung risk minsan when you buy
yung land na malapit sa mga body of water, no? So yan, so land. Okay, so si Jam Tamayo, kinokompleto niya talaga 1 to 5, may sagot siya. Okay, so welcome Mr. Jam Tamayo. Newly transferred dito ng Rossi, galing yata siya sa Saint. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali. No? So ngayong second quarter lang talaga siya pumasok sa Isabela.
Bawi ka, Jam.
Pero may grade na siya ng quarter 1 galing yata sa previous school niya. So, kaya yan. Bawi-bawi. Okay? Number 6. Which financial statement represents the accounting equation? Asset is equals to your liabilities plus capital. Saan nga ba nakikita itong tatlo na ito? Again, which financial statements represents the accounting equation? Asset is equals to your liabilities plus your capital. Tingnan natin.
Okay.
Ang bilis talaga ng internet ni Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Nabibilib ako sa ano.
Ano ka?
Business si Aliyah. Anak ito ni Ma'am Beth, Ma'am Elsie. Okay, balance sheet or statement of financial position. Yes, that's correct. Okay, balance sheet. Okay, so nakuha nila yung tamang sagot, Ma'am Elsie. No, it's actually balance sheet. Very good. ABM
Very
11.
good, ABM 11. Okay, so for number 7, a current obligations of the business which is evidenced by a promissory notes.
So, anong tawag nyo
Nandun
doon?
ang kanyang sagot.
A current obligation. Ibig sabihin, utang ito, Ma'am Elsie, no? Pero, merong evidence of promissory
Meron kang
notes.
pinirmahan dyan.
May I
Current
promise
obligations
ka.
of the business which is evidenced by a promissory notes. So, ang tawag natin dyan, anong klaseng obligation
Nangunguna
yan?
talaga si Aliyah, Ma'am Elsie, oh. Sinusundan ni Benedict. Okay, very good. Okay. So, meron kang notes dito, no? May nakalagay doon sa notes mo usually, you promise to pay that certain amount with interest on or before, ganyan, no? So, hindi siya basta-bastang note lang na may utang ako sa'yo, ganon, hindi, no? So, nakalagay doon yung details talaga ng utang mo doon sa principal, no? Or doon sa nagpautang sa'yo.
Ito ang kailangan yung monthly due. Na
Oo,
kailangan isettle.
nandun yung principal, nandun yung interest, at nandun yung date kung kailan mo isi-settle yung iyong utang or promissory note. Okay? Very common ito, Ma'am Elsie, promissory note na ito. Usually sa mga hospital, no? Dito ko talaga nakikita napakaraming promissory note, no? Yung mga pasyente na hindi nakakabayad sa hospital, usually yung mga relatives ng pasyente or yung pasyente mismo sila na nag-execute ng promissory note. Okay? Pero again, kung tayo yung business at tayo yung nakautang at tayo ang gumawa ng promissory note, ang tawag natin diyan ay notes payable. Very good.
Very good.
Okay, notes payable. Kung si customer naman ang gumawa ng notes, Ma'am Elsie, yun ay ating notes receivable. Okay? So, yan. So, notes receivable. So, tama yan.
Yan naman yung mga pautang natin.
Very good.
Okay, so for number 8, very good, IBM 11. Number 8 question, the nominal accounts are temporary accounts found in which financial statements. Ano
saan nga
makikita
ba?
itong financial statements? Okay, ang tawag mo doon ay nominal
Accounts.
Okay,
So,
the nominal accounts are temporary accounts
found
in which financial statements.
So, anong financial statements ba natin yung may mga temporary accounts?
Yeah, bilis na Lia talaga.
Okay, so income statement.
Okay, very good. So the answer is
Ulysses.
income statement.
Wow, Ma'am Elsie, paki-recognize yung ating viewers.
Wow!
95,000.
Naka 96 na dito sa akin, Ma'am Tin. 96,000.
Oy, very good ang ABM 11 ngayon. Ang dami nila ngayon,
Kasi
Ma'am
Ma'am Tin,
Elsie.
meron akong mga ABM 12 dito. At saka meron
Ay,
pa akong
sumali
mga
ba sila?
views. Bilang lahat ng
Oo.
mga yan.
Oo, pero ang dami nila ngayon, Ma'am Elsie. Magwa 100 na
95.
tayo.
O
98
baka
na.
naman, gawin yung 100.
Gawin nyo ng 100 naman.
Dalawa pa, please.
Okay, very good, ABM 11. The answer is actually income statement or your profit and loss statement or statement of comprehensive income or statement of your financial performance. So, isa lang lahat yon, no? Napakarami niyang pangalan. Okay? So, yan.
Din yata sila.
Okay, next. For the next item, it will be a computation. Okay, so please ready your pencil and your calculator kung kailangan nyo pa ng calculator and your
Oo nga.
paper.
Kailangan nyo lang ng papel,
Okay.
pen, and calculator. Okay, solve the following. How much is the net income of ABC company if sale is 350,000? Expenses are as follows. Please write it down. Salary of 25,000. Advertising of 32,000. Transportation of 40,000. Rent of 80,000. I repeat. How much is the net income of ABC if sale is 350,000? Expenses are as follows. Salary of 25,000. Advertising 32,000. Transportation 40,000. Rent 80,000.
Okay. So, magkano kaya ang net
Magkano
income
kaya
kaya ito, Ma'am
income?
Elsie, or net
Is it
loss?
net income or net loss?
Tingnan natin. Oh, ang bilis ng mga sagot nila, Ma'am Elsie. Oh. Okay. So, sige, maghintay muna tayo for a few seconds.
Nakita na akong tamang sagot.
Tignan natin kung tama yung mga sagot nila.
Bilis nila.
Magkakaiba sila ng sagot. Okay.
Check your answers.
Okay.
Okay, repeat. Baka hindi nakuha ng mga iba.
Oo, baka
Okay.
meron silang na-miss na
How
isang
much is the
number.
net income of an ABC company if sale is 350,000? Expenses are as follows. Salary of 25,000, advertising 32,000, transportation of 40,000, rent 80,000.
Parang ang layo na nung sagot ng isa mo, Melcy.
Oo nga, meron siyang hindi nakita.
May nadoble siyang amount siguro. Okay, so yan, sige.
Yan,
So,
anyway, same.
nakita na
mas
natin,
marami
Ma'am
naman
Elsie,
ang
yung mga
majority
tamang
ng
sagot.
same sagot.
Okay. The answer is actually, Ma'am Elsie, magkano nga ba?
173,000.
Net income po yan. Okay?
Okay, very good.
So, 173,000 net income. Bakit siya net income? Kasi mas marami pa rin natira sa revenue natin after deducting our all expenses. So, mas malaki yung revenue kaysa sa gastos. So, kaya net income po tayo, no?
Yes, Ma'am Din. Shout outs. Naka 111,000 na tayo.
Wow! Record breaking ngayon, Ma'am Elsie. Baka naman gusto nyo i-photo ops yan. Derkit! Oo, picture naman. First time nangyari yan sa ABM 11 na nagkaroon kami ng ganyan kadaming views. Very good,
Dami nating
ABM 11.
supporters.
Okay, number 10, last
Number
question,
10.
Ma'am Elsie.
How much is the liabilities if asset is 450,000 and your capital is 300,000?
Okay, again. How much is the liabilities if your asset is 450,000 and the capital is 300,000 pesos?
Okay, so applying your equation.
Equation to, Ma'am Elsie, the accounting equation. Okay, so this is the last question for the day. Okay, 150,000. Okay, very good.
Meron ng mga sumasagot. Ang bilis
Gagaling nila, Ma'am Elsie. Actually, ano tong mga to, Ma'am Elsie, magagaling sila even pag sa online classes. Talagang may hawak silang mga calculator.
Yan lang bala talaga natin.
Oo, handa talaga sila, Ma'am Elsie,
sa
sa
ABM.
sa
Dapat
gera.
meron kang bala.
Napaka-active nila pagdating na ng computation, Ma'am Elsie. Alright, very good. Okay, the answer is actually 150,000 pesos. And all of them, Ma'am Elsie, got the correct answer, ha? In fairness. Okay, wala akong
nagpapahabol pa.
Oo, wala akong nakitang alien na sagot. Okay, very good, ABM 11. Okay, for those who got the perfect score, please send a heart emoji. Okay? So, dun sa mga nasa, ilan ba? Less than 10, yung mga hindi naka-perfect, ayan, ano na lang, thumbs up na lang, no? Para ma-recognize natin. Feeling ko naman mas maraming naka-perfect, Ma'am Elsie. No? Okay? So, ang dami.
Very good.
Ang
ABM
dami
11. Ayan, 113 na yun nandyan, Ma'am.
Oo, wow. Talaga, nag-load talaga sila.
Patapos na tayo, pero
binawi
still
nila, Ma'am
there.
Elsie, kasi kahapon hindi kami nakapag-online classes dahil nga gawa ng holiday. So, ngayon sila bumawi.
May
no,
nagtatanong
ng
kahapon
attendance.
Wala, holiday ngayon. Time
Okay, so thank you so much, ABM 11. No, it's been a pleasure, and it's been a productive hour, no, being with you. Thank you so much for your active participation. Okay, as much as we would like, no, to prolong sana yung ating discussion, pero meron lang tayong tig-isang oras talaga na allotted for our radio broadcasting kasi may susunod pa sa atin. So thank you so much for your cooperation. Okay, so this has been your teacher broadcaster, Ma'am Tin, and together with me is
Ma'am Elsie.
Okay, with the saying, successful people make decision based on where they want to be. So, saan nyo gusto ba pumunta? Ano bang gusto nyong marating? Okay? So, your decision will depend on what do you want really in life, no? So, gusto mo bang maging successful? Gusto mo bang mapariwara? Okay? So, depende
Nasa sayo
talaga.
yan.
Nasa inyo po yan. Okay? So, thank you so much, ABM 11. So, 128,000 tayo, Ma'am Elsie.
Wow.
Natapos tayo sa 128. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Sana sa uuli... Ay, hindi. Yung pala, Ma'am Elsie, nakalimutan nating i-announce, no? Okay, next meeting, meron kaming mga pasabog sa inyo, no? So, dahil Christmas season, yan.
Siyempre,
So,
nasa business tayo, Ma'am Tin.
Oo, we encourage everyone to attend our last
The
session
Generous
for the
Strand.
year. Oo,
Ayan,
okay.
Christmas next week.
Oo, so meron tayong mga
Next week,
pasabog
ako sana.
next week. Okay, so sana maka-attend pa rin kayo next week, no? At sana maraming manalo sa kanila, Ma'am Elsie. Binigyan ko na sila ng clue kung anong mangyayari. Okay? So thank you so much, everyone.
Expected next week.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
And have a nice day. Stay safe.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Hatid namin sa inyo ang mga impormasyong siksik at malaman, pang-negosyo at pang-kabuhayan. Mula sa INHS Senior High School ABM Department, ito ang INHS SHS Campus Radio. 97 MHz FM na kampiyon sa puso ng bawat mag-aaral na Ilagenyo. Be business-minded, be accountable, and be informed. For we don't just rule, we double rule. This is INHS SHS Campus Radio.
INHS on air. INHS Senior High School Champ Campus Radio 97 MHz FM.
Social science makes sense of the institutions that shape our lives. It helps people understand and engage with the key political and social institutions, thus benefiting individuals and society as a whole. Social science is now ready to trumpet its learning episode.
Oh yes!
This is Social Science.
Hey, senior high school learners! Welcome again to our learning episode in UCSP, or Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. I'm so happy to share another learning experience with you, and I know that you are all determined to learn through this modality. Now, get yourself ready for a series of fun and new learning experience this morning. This is your teacher broadcaster for today, Teacher Christian, broadcasting live on INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio na nagiiwan ng katagang. Kapag ikay tumutok sa ating radyo, tiyak ikay matututo. Ayan, time check po tayo. It's 6 minutes past by 11 in the morning. And I know, and I hope that you are still up and eager to learn in our subject today. Yan, kahit na sa oras na ito, alam ko, nagugutom na kayo. Konting tiis na lang, lalo na yung mga naka-tune kanina sa klase ni Ma'am Elsie at ni Ma'am Tin. Ayan, alam ko, gutom na kayo. So, konting tiis na lang po. So, wag na nating patagalin pa. If you are now ready, para sa mga naka-join sa ating Facebook Live, please send the thumbs up in the comment box. At para naman sa mga nakikinig sa ating radyo, just send your picture sa ating GC na nakasubaybay kayo sa ating klase ngayon. Yan, shout out sa viewers natin ngayon sa Facebook Live. Meron tayong 143. Parang mababa ngayon Dati umabot tayo ng 200 plus. Asa ng ibang mga estudyante natin ng UCSP. Abay, magising na kayo kung tulog pa kayo. Ayan. Marami nang nagsisend ng thumbs up. Ibig sabihin, ayan, sa tingin ko handa ng lahat dahil puno na ng thumbs up ang ating comment section. Ayan, so before we start our lesson, please get your module or learning activity sheets along with your pen and a clean sheet of paper because we will start after a short break.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera,
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Ayan. Time check again. It's 9 minutes past by 11. Asan na yung ibang mga estudyante natin? Mag-join na kayo, And again, you are still listening on INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio. This is UCSP or Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. And for our today's lesson, we are going to talk about the functions of education in society and social stratification. So for your information, we will be tackling 2 competencies today. The week 2 and week 3 competencies of your module. So let's first discuss the functions of education in society. Education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, moral habits, and personal development. Education is the most crucial aspect of society which should be given great attention for it to become the powerful tool to make every individual become the catalyst of change.
Amazing!
Remember that the change is the only permanent in this world. And that's according to Heraclitus, my friend. Changes are rampant in the society, but all of those are needed to make the society progressive and functional. Education is essential for every society and individual. It is life itself. Yan. Bakit kaya education is life itself, sabi dito? If education is life, can a person survive without education? Ano sa tingin nyo? Is it yes or no? Please comment your answer in our comment box. If yes, why? And if no, why not? Can we survive without education? Sige nga, please comment your answer in the comment section. Wait lang, magbasa tayo ng comment. Ayan, wala pa akong nakikitang sumasagot. Ayan, from Mark Joshua. He answered no because education is the key to success. Ayan, tama. Ano pa? O why no? O why not? Ay, mga sumagot ng no. Ayan. No, because according to... Kasi magbasa tayo dito sa may cellphone kasi mabilis din sa, sa screen. Ayan, according to Marvian Ochoa Sakwan, no, because we can't because education is the way of success. Success din, Parehas dun sa unang sumagot kanina. According to Edgar Pidal, we can survive without education. Education serves as door for the better future. Ayan. So, yan, dami nang sumagot. So, lahat ng sumagot ng no. Very good. Wala naman akong nakitang sumagot ng yes dyan. So, very good. So, we can survive without education because you can make it through life without education. No human being is able to survive without education because education tells how to think, how to work properly, and how to make decision. Ayan. So, education is life talaga, We cannot live without education. Moving on, education plays a complementary role for overall individual, social, and national development. It enables an individual to realize his highest self and goal. Here are some of the roles of education towards individual, society, and country. Let's first discuss the function of education towards individual. Okay, so meron tayong 6. Okay, the first one is development of inborn potentialities. Education helps the child to develop the inborn potentialities of child, providing scope to develop. Okay. Yan. So, one of the function of education, syempre, is to develop our inborn potentialities. Ayan, yung mga potentials natin. Because of education, nade-develop yung mga potentials natin as human. Okay? Pangalawa, number 2 is modifying behavior. Okay, education helps to modify the past behavior through learning and through different agencies of education. Ayan. So, through education naman, na-modify din yung ating behavior or nade-develop yung behavior natin. Ayan. So, hindi lang nade-develop yung inborn potentialities natin, but also, it can develop, or through education, our behavior can also develop. Okay, number 3, all-round development. So, one of the function of education is to develop the all-round or to develop all-round ng ating what do you call this? Ng ating physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual aspects of our lives. Ayan. So, hindi lang siya sa behavior, kundi pati sa physical, mental, and social, emotional, and spiritual. Ayan. Yan ang isa sa mga function ng education sa towards individual. Okay, number 4, preparing for the future. After completion of education, the child can land on a good job or make his own business and earn a living. In order for the child to achieve this, education should be imparted according to his or her interest. Ayan. So, syempre, nag-aaral tayo or we have education para i-prepare tayo in the future. Ayan. So, that's how education is very important, napakahalaga sa ating buhay. Okay? Number 5, developing personality. The whole personality of the child is developed physically, intellectually, morally, socially, aesthetically, and spiritually. Ayan, parang yung kanina, yung all-round development. So, it will develop our personality. And lastly is helping for adjustability. So man differs from beasts. Man has reasoning and thinking power. Man tries his best to adjust with his own environment through education. Ayan. So, through education din, it will help us to adjust, especially in our environment. Ano? So, yan yung mga functions ng education sa ating mga individual o towards individual. And now, here is the list naman para sa functions of education towards society. So, ano nga ba yung mga functions naman na naiibibigay ng education sa society? So, we have 4 functions of education towards society. First, we have the social change and control. The child lives in a society. It is the social environment where the personality of the child can be developed. Education helps to walk with the development of science and technology. Ayan. So, through education, nagkakaroon ng social change in the society. Okay. Pangalawa is the reconstruction of experiences. Just like socialization, education is a lifelong process. Life is education and education is life. Ayan. So, one cannot live without past experience alone. Man should adjust in the society. Education helps to reconstruct the experience and adjust with the ever-changing environment. Ayan. So, pangatlo, develop of social and moral value. So, education teaches the moral and social value like cooperation, tolerance, sympathy, fellow feelings, love, affection, respect towards elder, helping the poor and needy person. Ayan. So, in education or one of the functions of education is yun nga, yung dinedevelop tayo in dinedevelop yung moral values natin, moral and social values natin. And lastly, from the functions of education towards society is providing opportunity or equality. Ayan. So education teaches us to give equal opportunity in all aspects irrespective of case or caste, greed, color or sex and religion. And lastly, sa mga functions na naibibigay ng education is the function of education towards nation. So, tignan naman natin kung ano yung function ng education towards nation. Okay, we have 4 functions of education towards nation. First one is the inculcation of civic and social responsibility. So, education helps to make the rising generation to understand its rights and duties as citizen of a democratic country. Ayan. So, ang education, ini-inculcate niya yung mga responsibilities natin. Yung civic and social responsibility natin. So, pangalawa is the training for leadership. Okay. So, the leadership quality of individual is developed when he participates in all sphere of social, political, religious, and educational activities. Ayan. So, nagkakaroon ng ng training of leadership. So, because of education, ayan, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga magagaling na leaders na not only here in the Philippines, kundi nakakaabot pa sa mga ibang bansa, ano? Na anong tawag dito? Umaabot sila sa ibang bansa. Yung ano nila, yung leadership nila is not only here in the Philippines, ano, kundi pati sa ibang bansa nakikilala sila because of their good leadership, ano.
Amazing!
So, ayan yung pangalawa. And pangatlo is the national integration. We live in a country having diversities in respect of color, caste, language, diet, dress, habits, and physical environment. Education trains people for unity, not for locality. Education serves the most important end of education, man. And lastly is the total national development. So education helps in bringing about the total national development by developing all its aspects in social, economic, cultural, spiritual, moral, and educational. So education is an essential ingredient for all ages and stages of the life of an individual, society, and as well as the nation. Ayan. So, yan yung mga functions ng education. Ano? It functions towards individual, towards society, and towards nation. So, every nation in the world is equipped with some forms of educational systems. Though, these systems vary greatly. Education can be formal or informal. Ayan. So, ang education, it can be formal or informal education. Now, in your opinion, what is the difference between formal and informal education? Ayan. So, please type your answer on the comment section or on the GC, and we will be back after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Ayan. Please comment your answer. Yung question kanina, what is the difference between formal and informal education? Ayan, according to J. Castro. Formal education is what students learn in a traditional classroom. It's the organized method of learning being administered by a government body. While informal education is anything learned from independently outside of the traditional classroom. Okay, very good, J. Castro. Ayan, another answer from Jovan de la Torre. Formal education is what students learn in a traditional classroom. Ayan, parehas din. Informal education is anything learned more independently outside the traditional classroom. Ayan, thank you, Jovan de la Torre. Ayan, another answer from Jaikame Candelaria. Okay. Formal education is learning of academic facts through formal curriculum, while informal education is learning about cultural values, norms, and etc. Ayan. Very good, Jaikame Candelaria.
Amazing!
Ayan, according to Meryl Febrero, formal education is described as the learning of academic facts and concepts, while informal education is learning about culture, values, and norms. Ayan, thank you so much sa inyong mga kasagutan. And lahat ng sumagot dyan, very good. Ano? Paki-screenshot lahat ng mga sagot nyo because may points yan sa ating performance. Ayan, so moving on. So, let's define formal education first. Okay? So, formal education refers to the structured education system that runs from primary school to universities and includes a specialized program for vocational, technical, and professional training. And formal education is described as the learning of academic facts and concepts through a formal curriculum arising from the ancient Greek thinker. So in contrary, informal education is learning about culture, values, norms, and expected behavior by participating in the society. So through informal education, we can learn how to dress for different occasions, how to perform regular life routine, and like shopping and preparing for food, and how to keep our bodies clean. Ayan. So, ayan yung pagkakaiba nung formal tsaka informal education. So, additional information and trivia, education is not a privilege. It is a human rights. Education as human right being in 1995 through UNESCO Associated Schools Program. According to UNESCO, education human rights as it promotes individual freedom, empowerment, and yields important development benefits. And that's all for the functions of education in society. So our next topic is all about the social stratification. So this topic is from our week 3 module. But before we proceed to our next topic, let's have a short break. So please prepare for the next topic, social stratification.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera,
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga modules para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Ayan, we're back. Time check. It's 31 minutes past by 11 in the morning. And, ayan, shout out sa mga nakatutok sa ating Facebook Live. Ayan, meron tayong 189 viewers ngayon. Ayan, so, our next topic is all about social stratification. So, are you aware with the differences of people around you? As you notice, people vary in clothes they wear, the cars they drive, the house they live in, the friends they associate with, and the job they do. They also vary in wealth, prestige, popularity, and many others. The layering of these social categories into higher and lower position of prestige or respect is called social stratification. So in a simplest meaning, ito yung sistema na kung saan nirarangko ang tao base sa yaman nila, sa social status nila and sa income nila. So, social stratification is used to describe the system of social standing. It is used to describe society into different categories, ranks, or classes during the early times. So, in modern Western societies, social stratification is typically defined in terms of three social classes. We have the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. In turn, each class can be subdivided into upper stratum, the middle stratum, and the lower stratum. Moreover, a social stratum can be formed upon the basis of kinship, clan, tribe, or caste, or all four. Now, based on the explanation of the social stratification, can you give a characteristics of social stratification? Again, please type your answer on the comment box. Ayan, according to Merrill, social stratification is used to describe the system of social standing. Ayan, nabanggit ko nga kanina. Ano pa? Ayan, mukhang pare-parehas kayo ng sagot. Ito from Sophia Singson. Its basis and very essence consists in the unequal distribution of rights and privilege, duties and responsibilities, social values, and social power and influences among the member of a society.
Amazing!
Ayan, very good, Sophia Singson. Another answer from Kiana De La Cruz. Social stratification is the allocation of individuals and groups according to various social hierarchies or of different or differing power, status, or prestige. Okay, amazing. Very good, Kiana. According to Crystal Marzan, okay, one word, inequality. Ayan, very good.
Amazing!
That's right. And another answer from Glazel Barroso. Social stratification means the division of society into different strata or layer.
Amazing!
Okay, so your answers are all correct. Ayan. So, social stratification is used to describe the system of social standing. It is used to describe society into different categories, ranks, or nabasa ko na pala kanina to, sorry. So, now, let's proceed to the different types of social stratification. Okay, so we have three types of social stratification. Okay, first is the caste system. Ayan, natatandaan nyo pa ba yung caste system na yan ng India? Okay, caste system is a hereditary endogamous social group in which a person's rank and its accompanying rights and obligations are ascribed on the basis of his birth into a particular group. Ayan, for example, ayan sa caste system ng India, ang pinakamataas is the Brahmins. Pangalawa is the Kshatriyas. Pangatlo, Vaishyas. Ang ikaapat ay Sudras. Ayan, so kung naalala nyo pa yun nung grade 7 kayo, pinag-aralan ninyo yan nung sa kasaysayan ng Asia.
Amazing!
Okay, na kung saan yung Brahmins, sila yung Brahmins or Brahmins, I think, sila yung priests. Ayan, yung mga pari, sila yung pinakamataas. Ayan, pangalawa yung Kshatriyas, sila naman yung kings or the warriors. And yung Vaishyas naman, sila yung landowner or the merchants. And yung Sudras is sila yung servants.
Amazing.
Ayan, so another type of social stratification is the state system of medieval Europe. So, state system of medieval Europe provides another system of stratification which gave much emphasis to birth as well as the wealth and possessions. So, ang state system ay binubuo ng 3 states. We have the first state is the clergy, which includes the people who work in the church. Ayan, sa church pa rin, ano. Pangalawa is the nobility. Or the second state is the nobility, which includes the kings, queens, prince, and princess, and also the duke. Ano? And the third state is the everyone else. Ayan, sa state na yan, yan yung mga, yan na bibilang yung mga doctors, lawyers, businessmen, merchants, and etc. So, yun yung pangalawang types ng social stratification, ano? And for the next type of social stratification, we'll discuss after a short break.
Jose, bakit di ka pa nakikinig? Oras na ng klase ninyo sa radyo ah.
Hindi naman po ako nakikita ni teacher eh.
Huwag magpabaya sa pag-aaral. Ang pagsisikap ay daan sa pag-unlad.
Isang paalala mula sa DepEd Region 2 at ng himpilang ito.
Ayan, nagbabalik tayong muli. So, let's proceed to the last type of social stratification. Alam kong nagugutom na kayo. At nagugutom na rin ako. Ayan, so, the last type is the class system. So, what is a class system? So, class system status is partially achieved and there is some potential for movement from one class to another. Ayan, so for example, nasa mababa kang ranko, pwede kang tumaas ng rank as long as na-meet mo yung qualifications dun sa rank na yun. So, iba siya dun sa dalawang social stratification na nauna kanina, no? Kasi, kung ano yung ano mo kanina, kung saan ka nabibilang, dun ka na talaga. So, dito naman, sa class system, pwede kang umangat or pwede kang bumaba. So, kapag nasa mababa ka ngayon, kapag pwedeng darating ang time na yung rank mo is magiging mataas as long as na-meet mo yung qualification nung rank na yun. So, yun yung kagandahan naman dun sa class system.
Amazing!
Ayan, so, yan yung mga different types of social stratification. Ayan, so I think hanggang dyan na lang tayo because hanggang dun yung hanggang dun na lang yung nailagay dun sa module natin. So, hopefully, naintindihan nyo kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng social stratification and also yung mga types of social stratification na naintindihan nyo yung tatlong types ng social stratification. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in sa ating radio-based instruction, 97.00 MHz INHS SHS Champ Campus Radio. Congratulations, learners! I hope that you enjoy listening while learning. Yan. So, thank you for your active participation. So, please don't forget to follow and like our Facebook page in INHS Champ Campus Radio. Once again, This is your teacher broadcaster for today, Teacher Christian, na nagiiwan ng katagang, kapag ikay tumutok sa ating radyo, tiyak ikay matututo. Ayan, happy lunchtime po sa ating lahat. Thank you sa mga nag-join sa ating Facebook Live. So, please, sabi ko nga, please screenshots all your participation sa ating Facebook Live. And send it to our GC. So, again, happy lunchtime.